All right, let's look at some hands. So you've got um ace king. That's a good hand. We like it.
Yeah, ace king in the hijack or in the low jack. Um, it someone raises. So last night there was pretty normal raise sizes, which made let me play some more hands than usual. But
Yeah. So Monday night versus Friday night, that makes sense.
yeah. So and it was a lot of the same players though. But so they raised to five. He raised under the gun raises to five. Call in +1.
I go to like, yeah, I go to
I raised.
12. So
Yeah,
it's
I
one,
raised a.
two, right? So you went to like 25.
Yeah, I raised a 25. It folds to the button. Who was he was getting in all in a lot, but not he was never the aggressor. He was mostly calling all ins and with some pretty weaker hands. He was really like everybody at this table was super worried about the high hand. This guy was one of them. So it did make me a little concerned about slow playing big hands because they wanted to like the one time he split a pot with me, it was like, I'll give you your money back. Like if you just call, I'll give you your money back. And I was like, okay, I'll call. So and then I ended up winning the pot anyways. He's like, just call and we'll check it all the way down. You agree to that? I was like, all right, fine. Because it was a hand I wasn't gonna play anyways, and I was in the big blind. So I was last to act, so I just called and
He's
he
trying
had
to
pot.
win the high end bonus for the night.
Yeah. So and that's a lot of like this guy here too. Wait, no. I think he was here. I'm not exactly sure, but he was also they were all, a lot of them were really worried about high hand, which doesn't really make sense because they have a good hand that they could have won 100, $200 with in the first place instead of winning the high hand that was only paying 200. So it was stupid, but whatever. They gave me
Yeah,
free
that's not
money.
common in the bounty game too.
Yeah,
People
so
kind of
then
overvalue.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's
so you raised to 25, which
he
seems
calls,
reasonable, but you're
cold
getting
calls.
caught, and I'm guessing one of these guys in front of you is going to call.
They all fold.
Oh, they're good.
And
Okay, that's ideal. We're heads up. All right.
heads up, we get a nice flop. I'm not exactly certain about everything, but I'm pretty sure there was a draw, a flush draw on the board, and I kind of took. So then it's a good flop. I'm probably supposed to lead here a lot of the time, and I think from like looking at, I watched the Hungry Horse like almost right before I went to this session, and he was talking about like low SPR. You got a thick value hand. You just want to bet, 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 and get the money in. And so I make a smaller bet, but still somewhat substantial. Bet 30 into a pot of 60. So about half pot. I probably could have gone a little smaller, but uh he calls. And then the turn is a queen, which is slightly concerning to me because of pocket queens and king queen. But there's still a lot of hands I think I can get called from that are worse than me.
So
And
what's his range when you so what size did you use on flop?
I raised to 25, so that's 12 and a half X. He called. He didn't love the fold either, especially on the button. So I think his range was pretty wide, containing like king nine suited, um, probably almost any suited ace, um, king queen for sure, king jack, king 10, offsuit. All of those could be offsuit or suited. He would play them. Queen jack. I'd say any pocket pair, uh, fives and better. So and I had seen him. He didn't seem to slow play his bigger hands. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I'll find out pretty shortly if I'm crushed here, if I bet. And I don't think I need to slow down here because there's still a lot of hands I think I can get value from that are flush draws and weaker kings that I can get value from and try and, set myself up to get all in on the river and, stack a weak king or at least get money now before the river
Yeah.
and the flush draw completes or misses or something like that. So I bet somewhat larger now to 60. That was, that's closer to two-thirds pot. Um,
Yeah.
he calls and then blank on the river unless he has, 6-4, which I didn't really think he has any of that in his range. And I was like, what do you got behind? He said he was like, oh, I don't know. I looked and I could tell he had like about 80-ish behind, and I just put it all in. He tanked for probably a minute.
That's
He's
good.
like counting his chips, looking. So originally, I was like, if he's got two pair, he's already in. He's got any sets, he's already in.
Yeah, if he's taking a while, then you're winning.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that I'm ahead. And he finally puts in the call and King 10. And our read was pretty solid. Thought we had a,
Nice. You got three streets of value over, was it really king ten off?
yeah, it's King 10 offsuit. I don't know exactly if those are the suits, but I know that it was offsuit. Because I was kind
So
of,
that's awesome. You're getting thin value here, man. I mean, it's a pretty good run out. No obvious draws completed. Um, you were fearless and you got full value.
yeah, I think I thought I played it. I mean, like, I think every once in a while I'm going to run into something and I'm going to be upset. But I think that most of the time I have the winner and I can try and go for the max here on the river because he's folding out any missed draws. I doubt he's calling me all the way down with a queen uh, or anything weaker than a king. I mean, the only thing I was like, he might call here is they're just sticky, so maybe some like pocket jacks and tens and stuff like that. I might be able to get called down with, but I don't think they're gonna call. Those are the hands that I don't think I'm gonna get called on the river with,
Yeah.
usually. So and I don't know if he's gonna call a turn two after I three bet and they started to see that I was not. I mean, they're starting to notice it folding to me a lot more because I was playing a strong three better fold strategy of like mostly strong hands, and so people were probably kind of assuming I'm pretty strong, and I can now start to mix that into my image because these are regulars that have played with me a couple of times now and seen that um they originally thought I was full of shit, and now they're starting to be like, oh shit, he has it. So now I think I can start to mix in some more three bet bluffs against these guys and get a lot of fold equity out of it. But
Yeah, I
we'll
mean, a
see.
lot of live poker is better handing people, just being disciplined with what you play. I think it's okay.
Yeah. And I mean I played a I was probably card dead for my first hour and a half, and then I picked up pocket aces, got a three-way all in, won that, and then pocket aces again that I think I won it on the turn, and I just started picking up some hands finally and playing some better hands. But I was dead for a while, but I was just trying to be patient, make sure I don't start playing stupid and calling with stupid shit. But so that was that hand. We won. Good hand. Um, so this guy's loose and splashy, but
Santi, villain, loose and splashy, villain type.
pretty short. But there is one caveat to this: is that he just missed quads because he folded pre-flop with pocket fives, and since then I've seen him now open up a little bit. He bought in short, built it up, was playing super tight, then missed with quads, and now I saw him start to get in with shit like ace nine offsuit, and that wasn't super strong. That prior I'd only seen him be getting in with like king queen, king jack, ace queen, and he was short stacked, so he was jamming a lot with those hands. But otherwise, yeah, he was a pretty tight and straightforward player most of the time. And then this guy I had seen. He raised like under the gun king nine offsuit or under the gun plus one three bet king nine offsuit after the under the gun player opened. And then I'd also seen him do that with kings and aces. So he had a pretty wide range that he would open with and three bet with. And it seemed like and he limped basically every hand otherwise too. So he was playing everything, but sometimes he would raise and do some weird shit. So
Yeah.
didn't have a great read on him though, because I just was not. I mean, he was, I don't want to say balanced, but he was pretty unpredictable the way he was playing most of his hands. And then he hit top set on the one, and he was also super worried about high hand where he like wasn't going for anything because he was trying
What
to
did
get
you need
high
to
hand.
qualify for the high hand? Come.
What was that?
What hand will qualify you for the high hand? Come on.
Quads or better.
Roger better. Okay.
So every time someone picked up a pocket pair, they were like, and even when they hit a set, they would kind of slow play. So you did have to be kind of worried about running into sets where people were slow playing them because they were just trying to hit quads. And it was stupid as hell because there's a couple of times that they could have got tons of value from the opponent that they didn't because they were trying to hit a high hand. But like he called off on the river with pocket queens when the only thing that was available was like a straight draw that was unlikely in a 3-bet pot, and he just called off with his top set. And I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And I
Yeah,
realized, like, oh, so close to high hand. I was like, "You guys are really dumb." But this guy folds. He opens to six. I think it was 6 or 7, but
what was the regular what was the average opening size?
um, I kind of pushed it around. It changed. It was mostly like 6 or 7, $5 to $7. Obviously, when I was opening larger because there was a lot of limping, so I'd be opening bigger, which I think kind of started to change the opening size because they don't understand the concept and they just start doing what you're doing whenever you're opening bigger because they're limping. But yeah, so like it seemed like it would stayed around this area, and most of the players would open. Like this guy, I'd only seen him open. He would never like raise first in with to like $15 or $10. He would always do 6 or 7. And then there's a lot of like weird small 3 bets where someone raised a 5, the next person raised a 10. It was stupid. But this guy calls, and here he folds. I don't know how I feel about the call. Um, I feel like I just wasn't thinking enough about this, and I was like, I have position, I have a pretty strong
This is a
hand.
little loose.
Yeah, I feel like I should be
So,
3 betting here or folding, I think.
so your rake is like 10%, that's like $5 or
Okay,
something,
$6, yeah.
and you don't pay free, is that right?
Nope,
Okay, so this hand it's a pretty hand, but I think we should get used to mucking this in the situations.
I agree. I think, and
Um,
honestly, I think that if I am gonna do anything with it, it's a 3 bet or it's a fold.
yeah, so it's not fun mucking this hand, and this is the kind of hand that is unbelievable that other people would muck.
Hmm.
But like when they look at it, a lot of players would be astonished that you're mucking this.
Yeah,
But you just it's just you just want
from
to
the
you just want to.
from early position with a guy that's playing mostly tight, but I think has loosened up,
So he
calling
opened up
behind.
three. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 big blinds, $6.
I'm gonna steal the share.
Go ahead. Let
I've
me
already made
step.
my point, but now I'm curious.
I was gonna look at it. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. I,
So
I
raise. There's gonna be no calls here because this is left hand, and there should be in theory no calls. But yeah, it's just not in there. This
yeah,
offsuit region just becomes not worth it.
they don't even 3 bet queen jack suited. Huh.
General. And then let's look to see. General raise. Now we're gonna have some calls. But queen jack off is out. Yeah, queen jack suited is being right there. But let's say you raise and you get one caller, you're not gonna have any flats after so. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
so this offsuit region is just not worth that much. It's not only because it's offsuit, but it's also when you have a suited combo, it's easier for you to continue because the backdoor equity of a flush or the front door equity of a flush makes it easier to continue the turn facing a bet.
yeah,
So these hands just are not worth as much as people think when they're playing over 100 pre points.
yeah. I was deepest effective stack was like probably 200 big blinds. I was like 350, 400-ish in that area during
Big
this
blinds,
hand.
yeah, so that changes everything. So that really changes what we want to do. Um, so like,
Just
I mean, it's different for me. I play Chippy V, right? So that changes everything. Chippy V, just to compare and contrast. Chippy
what
V.
exactly is the difference between Chippy V? Oh, hey, Mike. But what's the difference between
Chippy V
Chippy V?
just means there's no rake.
Okay.
So the games in um I don't even think Queen Jack's gonna be on Chippy V. Yeah, it's out. So no rake means if the games are, you're charged hourly, you're charged $12 an hour, right? And because of that, you, it changes, you can play a lot more hands, essentially. Because there's no raise per hand.
Well, I guess so I would say that my only excuse is that I was blinded by the button and getting into a
Yeah,
pot, you know, it
that's
was,
understandable.
it
Yeah, I mean,
was, I
just, I
mean,
mean, you're gonna
I think
make
in
your
my
money.
head, I was even like, I have to fold here, but I was like, I have the button. The two people behind me are very passive. I don't expect to be three bet from here. Like I can probably play this and, you know, be in position post flop, which will be nice. But
Yeah, you're gonna make your money live, getting it up free and better handing people.
okay, yeah. All right. Yeah,
So,
that's a
anyway, all right,
so
let's see the hand.
yep, let me this is an interesting hand, I will say. And I'm not thrilled
I
with it, but
pre-flop policed you enough there. Let's see. Maybe my,
so then we get folds behind, and
maybe you got a
this is
king
the
jack.
flop. Got backdoor, and I'm kind of so one
You
thing
got
that
front
was
door in effect.
yeah, so one thing that was absolutely beautiful about this game is people were fold. I was check raising the fuck out of people, and they were not interested in getting anywhere with me. Or like anytime somebody bet small, I either even if it wasn't a check raise or I just raised behind, and they bet small into a pot with, three players, and there's a caller. I know it's probably not ideal, but any draw, backdoor, I was blasting and they were just folding out because they were the one guy I know I've played with before is super passive. I don't think I've ever seen him win a pot that was more than like $15 because he's so passive. And I was like, I can't just blast this guy and he's gonna fold. And the other guys, they were all very, as soon as I started raising, you could just see their faces like fuck. And then they were just folding out. So I was blasting a lot. So I was kind of hoping for a raise here. And it does not. And this is one thing I don't know how I feel about checking here because I check, and part of me is this guy I've seen, raise some hands like nines, tens, stuff like that that's strong and sets like that he's just like looking for a high hand on all night, and I don't really want to start blasting into a guy like that, you know, and getting
Because he might be searching for the high hand and have tens, nines, and fours.
yes, that's what I'm concerned with him. But
Yeah, I mean, so I think the first question to ask yourself here, can you call a check raise? And the answer is with this hand when they're drawn to a nutted straight. And you have some dirty outs. Um, is you could probably call a check raise, so I think you can choose to bet here at something we see. And also, I think depends on whether these guys are good. If they're good, they're gonna check their check raise. Like if I was in this configuration and I was the guy with 347 big blinds, I would check aces a lot.
mhm. Yeah,
Um,
the
but
thing is,
if they're
none
not,
of them
if
are
they're gonna
good.
play more face up, then maybe you can bet.
The only thing that's really unsettling is the high hand part of the thing. Otherwise, they're not good. It's just that they're playing weird because they're so focused on getting high hand. So that's like the main thing
Yeah.
that bothers me throughout this session of like running into it against somebody that's, just trying to chase the high hand. So, and I
So
know he's
the
one of the
point is that
guys.
there's more trapping that's going on, but it's
Yes.
incidental because they're trying to get the high end, which is quads.
Yes. So I don't know if my reasoning's great. I agree with you that and I think another thing, a reason that my reasoning's bad is that with knowing that, I don't expect to get check raised a lot, so I can cooler the hell out of him when I do raise. He has a set, he just calls behind, and I do make my hand. I can cooler him.
I mean,
So,
I'm always wary of semi-bluffing the two people, but you do have position. I think I would
mhm,
go either way here. I would, if I was gonna bet here, I'd bet about 25 bucks, about 5 big blinds.
okay.
I'd take it from there. But I think checking is fine too. I don't think either is right or wrong. And also, I
Did you,
mean, the theory is that when you're in position, you should be protecting your in position checking range a little bit and checking back when other draws.
So yeah, that was yeah, I think that there was some flaws though in my thought processes, knowing that when they do have sets here and they're not gonna raise behind me, they're gonna I, I can cooler them because I think that's a better reason for me to raise into this though. And either take it down now or hopefully they do have a set and I hit eight or a king and I cooler the shit out of them because they're gonna call me down.
Yeah.
So I checked though. Um
This is Amex, right? All
Eight
right.
max, yeah, but there's only seven, I think, at the table.
Let's
Um,
look at something real quick. So you were like 200 big blinds deep,
I was probably closer to 400,
400 bucks or 400 big blinds.
400 deep.
And so this
I think I was
guy
sitting
is,
around
okay.
800 at that point. I bought him for
All
three.
right,
I
let's
think I was
just
sitting
look at
around eight.
this. Let's just look at this. Let's look at this in a solve. It's not going to be exact because but I'm just curious what we did with this hand class. Make sure you have it for before I show the solve. But I think you're going to mix with this hand. You're going to have queen jack, but suit it, but oh. So, okay, so 10 of clubs,
You could share
9 of
if you want.
clubs.
I haven't shared.
Okay, 4 of spades. Let's see what we do here. Um, you see the screen?
Yep, now I can.
So in theory, like I said, there should be a lot of shaking that goes on this board. This is very different, obviously. This is not 8 max. This is 6 max, and this is not multi-way. But really on this, I think that a 10 higher 9 on flop is just going to have a lot of checking on principle. So he checks, and I'm curious what we do with your hand. So we're going to give you queen jack suited here. And I think it
There's,
mixes. Yeah, you can.
ugh.
This is kind of where it gets interesting. You kind of choose your own adventure. So it's checking 20, and it's betting big, a very polar size. If it does bet, it's choosing a very polar size. But in theory, heads up, you've got, I think, you might have a range of predictions. And that's
I'm
kind of
sure
what,
it does. It checks more three-way, but
yeah.
I honestly
So,
like the bet better here without the extra equity, honestly, and to
yeah, so
hopefully generate more folds.
yeah, you could do either, I think is what, I mean, that's my thought about it. And I think you can take
But
the either choice. All right, let's do the hand again.
let me pull it up. Okay,
Either choice is fine.
so
Now there's a mistake.
I personally didn't love it, and obviously I might be slightly results oriented,
You're very,
but
right. So, I mean,
I would have
I
been
would say
much
that
more
if you are
interested.
going
I
to
guess.
semi bluff this, you have to be hyper aware of what happens on the next couple streets.
Yeah, so
So, okay.
this is the turn.
All right.
Now this guy checks, and now I'm like, okay, this guy at this point, aces, kings, when he may be trying to hit a high hand, but he's going to bet into this at this point. So if he has anything strong, so he's pretty capped now that he's with probably two cards that are over the board that aren't connected or some sort of weaker pocket pair like eights or sevens or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even five, six, but five, six, eh, eh, yeah, I don't know, but I would say, yeah, he's pretty capped. Um, and this guy bets super tiny, and I raise. And because partially, I think this card's better for me than it is for him. And also, I don't have a ton of fours, but I still think it is a better card for me. And the way I've been able to generate folds with my raises throughout the night, I was pretty willing to raise people and give up when they do call because then I know I'm most likely behind. or unless I hit something. So I have been just more aggressive than I would say I should be.
Alright.
But how do you feel about the raise?
Uh, it's pretty gangster. I, I don't find this, but it doesn't mean it's not, it's wrong. I think that you're listening to the bet size. You, you think it's very doubtful that the UTG player here, the first to act, has anything he would have bet. This guy takes a very small probe size. Um, you're listening, again, you're listening to the bet size, and you think that his size is gonna correlate to the strength of his hand. Um, frankly, I wouldn't find it, but I'm glad that you do, and I think it's a fine play.
Mike, do you have any input? I know you're here now.
Hey, I'm kind of in it. I'm kind of in and out here.
Oh,
So I didn't follow too much of the action. I see what you did. And yeah, I was kind of like, I was just going to say like what Larry said, like kind of listening to this bet size. The only thing I was wondering is if you have been lately being really aggressive with raising and blah, 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 that sort of thing. Is this particular player who just bet 2.5 bigs exploiting you, like thinking, okay, I can get this guy to raise. I don't know. That's the only the only thought I had.
I mean, they could be. A lot of the time they're after the hand. I know he wasn't because of what he was saying to me,
Yeah.
but um,
Yeah,
it's
highly doubt that that was the case, but I was just thinking, given that you kind of what you were telling earlier, but
I haven't identified a single good player at this room yet. So basically, everybody I've seen has been pretty poor, and a lot of them are just these guys that come in, buy in for like 50 big blinds and just keep reloading for 50 big blinds and never like they're all really weird players, but they're pretty poor players. And I've run into actually that's not true. The first night I played, I did run into one guy that I was pretty sure had done some studying because he was more I don't know, just the way he was playing solid pre-flop ranges. He was punishing limpers. He wasn't doing too much limping himself either. He was just, and there's sometimes in these games, like I'll limp in these games when I'm on the small blind, and it's just so passive that I know I can limp into pots with hands that I know it's not generally always profitable, but when you know you're not going to get raised off of it, it's like, all right, I have a good hand with implied odds that I can play here that I can limp in and not going to get 90%, 99% of the time, I'm not going to get raised and I get to see a pot for really cheap or see a flop for
yeah,
really cheap. So,
yep.
and that might be bad, but yeah, that's pretty much I think in the last 4 days, I've played like what, about 12 to 15 hours. I have identified one decent player so far, and that's pretty much
And
it.
then the only other thing I would say is the sizing. Like if you're gonna raise here, I like more like a pot size raise. So you'd have to make it like, closer to 20, bigger than that even. But the size is the only issue because now you're gonna have to blast river.
Well, you'll see what happens on the river. So
Alright,
he calls.
so he
Uh,
calls.
This guy calls.
So
That
what
guy
is his range
folds.
now? Let's talk about what his range is now. So he
I'd
made a small
say
bet on the repeat four, which is interesting. And he called your raise. So what are his likely holdings?
I'm thinking a lot of, Jack 10, Queen 10, maybe like Jack 9, 9, 8, um, possibly some fours that I mean he was more of a passive guy, so like generally even especially with what he said to me after the hand, I know he's very passive because he was all nervy. Whatever. We'll wait after the hand. But
Okay. So I
so
guess the rule is, I mean, are the way to think about this hand, or the way that I approach this is that when so he made a small bet, he called your raise, your 4x raise. We want to understand what kind of hand he is now playing. We've
and what
clarified his range, right? We, we've
yes.
we've clarified what his hand is. We know that it's something he likes enough that he's gonna call and raise with. He's got some draws out here that he might have probed with. And he's got a lot of, but he also has a lot of the hands you're talking about, um, which are
I
like a
think
10x and a 9x.
what partially I would put him on too is, I mean, I know what his hand was obviously, but he part of my head is weaker fours because I think strong fours and are going to get it in here, are going to come back over the top on me the way that people play. I mean, he is passive, but with the flush draw out and the way people are playing at the table and the way I have seen him play is when he
Yeah.
did make a decent hand, it was get it in now before I get outdrawn.
Yeah.
So. I expect him to like top of range, weaker fours, bottom of range, flush draws, and nines and tens in that area. Um, and actually, I mean, top of range could also be full houses though, like that he is slow playing because obviously he can't really get outdrawn if he's got nines full of fours or tens full of fours or for some reason has 9-4 suited or 10-4 suited or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of concerned now,
Okay.
and I should be more concerned, but this card comes off whenever he does this.
Yeah. So he's essentially saying now that he's got your hand, or he's got a boat, but we're not folding a straight. So
Yeah, I don't fold. He doesn't have enough behind either. If he had more behind, I could rationalize a fold
so
here.
he's saying he has king four suited. What? There's one combo king four suited. Yeah. Or he's got it. I mean, he's saying he's got king four of what clubs.
Yeah. So that's I mean, I think for about 10 seconds and I'm like, well, I mean, hopefully he's doing this with just a four. And I call, and Larry, you were so close. King four offsuit.
See, I couldn't give him that. I couldn't give him an offsuit combo that
I
cost him.
agree with you.
Yeah,
And
see what I'm talking about? Like, remember yesterday we talked about we've got to include weird,
shit.
stupid, trash, garbage in these ranges. Unfortunately, this weird, stupid, trash, garbage actually made a hand this time. But like thinking about when we're bluff catching and that sort of thing, we never
Of course it's
include those hands that, increase their bluffing frequency.
a cooler too of the king that I need, which is rough.
It
I
is
mean,
rough. This is
but
bad news.
it is what it is. The guy, he was a nice guy. He was a cool guy, and he was like, whenever I showed my hand, I flipped. I thought I was ahead. Honestly, I was like, he's got a four, and I flipped my hand over. I should have just kept it under the muck because now they saw that I raised off with the draw, and he was like, "What? You have a?" He was like stunned that I had a draw when I raised him. He was like, "Oh, I thought you had ace four. That's why I didn't come back over." And that's kind of like, all right, well, I lost his hand, but I got some information against a regular player that this guy's passive as hell. And when he jams 3x pot on the river, it's time to get kind of fucking worried about what you're up against.
Yeah, I mean, this donk is very rarely a bluff. It's just you're beating too much value.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm ahead of, a lot of, trips that he might be doing this with. But now
Um,
that I think about his rationale of how he was thinking about it. And then after the hand, he kept talking about it. He was like, man, he was like, when the board pairs, man, you got to be worried. He was like trying to tell me how to play. And I was like, dude, that's fine. But he was a nice guy. But he was like, he was being nice. But he was like, I always think if someone's got someone have a set and that's just got a full house. So like I know he's a very definitely someone that in the future can be bluffed. And when they want to get their money in, they are absolutely strong as hell. So we got
so one
to
thing to think about here also is you got information, but who else got information here?
One regular happily that I've played with left prior, which made me happy to see because he's a guy that I constantly just take money from for I just raise him all the time and just he just folds. So it's good to see that he didn't see that because he's only seen my hands at showdown that are strong. So like he went from oh this guy's full of shit to shit, this guy's always got it, and now I can just now I've been able to, raise into him and he's just scared to play big pots. He's a guy that buys in for, $100 in a 1-2 game and just, keeps on reloading for $100 whenever he guns out, or he doesn't play much hands and he tries to limp everything and then folds every single time someone raises his limp. So he's
So
one
the one thing you
person.
want to think about here is that just don't give away information, man. Just muck. Don't turn your
I
hand over.
Yeah,
When
it
he
was on me. I
shows
was
you
a
the
little
boat,
excited.
just don't. I know, understandable. And I do it too. I do it too. When I take a bad beat, sometimes I'll turn my hand over because I feel bad that I made the table wait while I was thinking about it. But but I wish I didn't. And you just don't want to give away information because you now, not only him, but the whole table knows that you're capable of bluffing and draw. And
Yeah.
that's not good. Just resist the temptation to turn over your hand. Just be disciplined here. He dunk shoves. Just wait.
has
Just wait for him to turn over his hand. And then if he doesn't turn over his hand, say, I called you, sir.
Yeah.
And when he turns
I
over
mean
his
he
hand, either
snapped
muck or turn over the winner. Just don't give any information away.
he snapped it over, and I think the excitement from like, oh fuck, I just hit. I'm probably just about to take all his money off of the four. I look and see the four, and then I'm like, oh, I'm good. And I see the king, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I already
Yeah.
had my hand over. It was stupid, but yeah, it was a learning experience, and now we got some
It's not
information.
stupid. It's just a habit you don't want to get into because you're starting live. Just don't give away any information. I
Yeah, and
mean,
that
just if you can avoid it, just muck the hand and say nice answer.
yeah, one thing that I noticed too on live is that the people they're not like I think they enjoy playing with me. Like I talk to people. I'm not like I try to stay very focused, but I talk to the people and I'm not trying to be antisocial or be an asshole. I always say good, even when I lose, I'm like good hand, man. And they, but they do get upset when I don't show them what I have, and I never show them unless in this situation where I was being, a little excited and flipped it over thinking I'm ahead, and uh, I think it works in my favor
Yeah, you
when
don't just don't show. I mean,
when they
um,
play frustrated.
Scotty talks about it. The real Scotty, not this Scotty. The real Scotty talks about it. It's just, you know, they're not our friends. Poker table is a very bad place to make friends.
Yeah.
So, because the kind of people that play poker, frankly. So just muck your hand. Don't show your hand.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's hard is a lot of the people are very degenerate, which,
It is
is
very
good.
strange. It's
It's
very weird.
good because, it's easier to make money, but fuck, man, I see these guys and I feel bad for them because they're sports betting, playing slots, and playing poker. I'm like, Jesus, man, you got to get your shit
Yeah,
together. But
that
I
that
mean,
is that is part of it. We're definitely dealing with some addicts sometimes.
yeah, it is what it is, though. I'm not gonna say no money for me because of that. But
You got a third hand for us?
no, that's all I had. I mean, I could show the all in, but I don't even think I have it set up, and it's pretty
Don't worry
straightforward.
about it. Okay.
It was fun.
So we want to stick to the good hands, dude. Thanks for bringing them.
Yeah, I'll try and bring some more tonight. I'll be there tonight
Yeah,
as
bring some
well.
more for Friday. Um, so do we want to look at that video? Or do we want to do something else?
Um, I
Why
had
don't
some
we?
notes.
Sorry, say again.
So from the video, I didn't really say like, "Oh, this is interesting." I was taking notes to try and learn the strategy. So I'm pretty much just building out the full tables of what he does. So I could say that there's not much for me to really talk about other than that just the strat. I like the strategy, and I think it's a good way to
Did you
play three
build
bet
out like
pots.
the flow chart that he has in it?
Yeah, mostly it's on paper though, because I don't know how to use like any of that stuff on the computer. So
Oh,
I
no
just have it
worries.
on. paper, but I just did a lot of just making sure because it's hard in the video to tell whenever he's bouncing around so much. So I tried to make sure I tried to like break it down and get it all on one sheet so I can follow it better.
So I'll leave it. I can do either. I don't mind. Do you guys want to play some 3-bet pots in the trainer together, or do you want to watch the video together? Got the video queued. What do you guys prefer?
I think the 3 bets in the trainer.
All right. Is that okay with you? Playing 3-bet out of position with ace king. Is that okay with you, Mike?
Hey, I just got, let me take care of this here. I just got to the computer, so
Oh, no worries.
get rid of the double thing. I think I heard you say 3-bet pots and a trainer.
Yeah, 3-bet pots out of position with the trainer, or watch the video of Hungry Horse talking about 3-bet pots.
I am 100% on board with the trainer.
All right, let's do the trainer. Let's start with, we did this a while ago, and I think it's interesting. We'll change it, but let's start with playing with just ace king out of position in the small blind.
Okay.
It's either button and UTG, and then after we get bored at just ace king, we'll mix it up. But I think this might be interesting, because I think if we focus on just this one combo, we might pick up some heuristics. All right, you want to try that?
Yeah, I like that.
I
Did this
love
a long,
that.
long time ago. So,
Now, both of you have watched the Hungry Horse video, right?
Yeah,
f-
I'm rewatching it.
Yeah,
I-
so you're probably very familiar with his strategy on the ace, having ace king. I remember that was a number of examples, having ace king 3-betting out of position and getting called and playing flops. So you guys will have a good understanding of what he's going to do, and then we can kind of compare to what we see the trainer do.
Okay, yeah, like that. Do we want to play to the turn too? Because he does do. The problem is his whole strategy is based around a shitty player that overstabs the flop under double and triple barrels. So the trainer will probably do that more, and we'll have to deal with that. But
Mm-hmm. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah, that's all right. We'll go with it. So what's his? I think he would check here a lot. I think he checks a lot out of position with 3-bet pots.
so he does. His thing is, I have it written down. So is it likely to get stabbed? So is the board wet and dynamic? Is the villain passive and aggressive? So if they're aggressive, then it's likely to get stabbed, and he always checks from out of position. If it is dry and static and unlikely, he will bet his thick value hands if he has a SPR greater than 15, and he checks everything else, and then he bets and then he will, if it's not greater than 15, he bets can play for stacks and thick value and then checks everything else.
That's what mostly checking anyway.
Yeah, it's generally a lot of checking.
No, I think this is a fold. What's a
What
fold?
do you, Larry,
I
are you
can't see.
sharing something? Because we don't see
Oh,
anything.
would that help?
Yeah, it would help a
Yeah,
little
if you're
bit.
talking
I
about
know we
something
have ace
specific.
king. I don't know what the board is though.
All right, here we go. So facing
Right.
this small bet, I think, do we call one here?
He'll call one with showdown. So if you classify ace king as showdown against a small bet, he'll call one.
We call one. Oh, it's a clear call. In solver.
Now he would
Not
continue to
blue.
check.
So polarize.
And the button will check behind, which then shows that their range is now capped whenever
We
he
might
plays it.
use, in theory, we might use a small size because of cap, but I think generally we go for the bigger size. No, it just shoves it.
Yeah,
That is
I was
interesting.
thinking shove, but then I was like, oh, that seems excessive.
Wonder
I
why.
think live, probably not shoving it.
Shove it. What part of our range are we shoving?
Ace, king, and a little bit of aces, it looks like.
So it's solver, right? So it's good. If it's gonna shove one part of its range, it's gonna bluff shoves too. It's going to. Going to shove 18% of his range.
Sevens. King
And
six.
its thick value is. This up. Stick value is, so let's just go all in, these hands. Best hands, all in, are. Two pair, aces. But now more interestingly, where is it getting its bluffs from? Where? We get rid of bluffs, for the best hands, all in, and we go to weak trash.
Ace five.
Hey,
Ace
keep the best hands in on this filter, like keep
Sure.
those included.
You wanna keep all the hands or just best hands?
No, just these worst hands, and then the best hands,
Okay, there you go.
because we saw that. So now we're looking at
Trash hands, best hands, all
yeah.
in.
Missed heart draws with queen 10, queen 9, jack 10.
So
Is
on
the
this
ace
ace five,
nine? What are the suits of the ace nine? All of them.
Block as you block. Nah. Block ace king. And
so, yeah, there you go.
interesting.
Okay. So. Mike, you wanna take this one?
Can you go back to flop?
Sure.
Okay, so we're checking 70%,
We're betting these
using
other
a
pairs
large
because they need
size.
protection, right? That makes sense. If you look at our pairs. Whatever. If you look at our pairs, you can see we're betting, the lower the pair, the more we're betting. Because the more we want protection, and we're using a
Mhm.
big size.
And then roll over ace king off. Okay. Ace the clubs. Okay, so the Badugi suit.
We'll do the big, yeah. Um. So maybe so we want, so with it's surprising, because with the king clubs. We're blocking his auto folds that don't have back doors, right? So he's gonna fold more. King X of clubs. Than he is king X hearts, king X spades, because we're blocking. What's interesting because we're blocking his auto folds, but we're betting more. I don't understand.
Yeah, and then if he has the king of, well, I guess if we have the king of clubs, he won't have it. So
Yeah,
our
we
ace,
want him to have like king 9 club here, or king 8 club, which is gonna fold more. It's like if we, let's just. So if we bet, let's see what size we use. Let's just give him the big side.
yeah, but the fifth thing is what I'm getting at is we don't want him to fold. When we have ace king, we don't want him to fold king 9.
Maybe, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Maybe if we have the king of clubs, we want him to fold the ace of clubs.
Yeah, maybe it's a value here. Well, let's see if it's a value. Let's see what our equity is.
Yeah, it's probably value.
Yeah, so it's still within the value region, right? So
Mhm.
I think generally, once these can't, we generally think above 50% value. Which is here, so it falls kind of in our value region. Kind of interesting too, because like we have this weird. We're protecting, because I think we're checking so much here. No, I think it's because these need less and less protection, like you said. So this is kind of like showing what we saw in where the better the overpair, the less we bet. And I think our theory is that we just need less protection with these. And we should be checking this a lot, so it makes sense that we would check the checking range at the top. It's interesting how this correlates quite nicely with the actual hand chart. Anything else you want to look at?
Nope.
Okay, next hand. All right, like you got ace king with the
Mm,
ace
under
of
the gun.
spades, and now you're playing this under the gun.
Yeah, well, I think we're, well,
It's the same flop. Same flop in it. Oh, wow,
yeah,
this
but
is-
to different range. The undergun has much different range here.
it
So
does.
I wonder how that's going to affect us. I mean, I think we're still obviously going to be checking a lot with this hand and with many of our strong hands. We have the ace of spades here, which is fantastic. They're calling with, they can have ace king, they can have queens and less, queens and fewer, or queens minus. um,
Yeah,
and then ace queen suited and some suited broadways. I think we value bet here actually more than we did on the last one versus a button.
interesting. Because he has less board coverage around the 6-4-3.
Yeah,
I see your
that's,
point.
I don't know
All
though.
right.
So anyway, we can check for sure. Let's check now. But I'm thinking we get to
We are
bet.
betting more. We're betting more with
Yeah,
it. You're right
yeah.
about that. I'm curious here. If we see the same correlation of this overpair hand strength and how much we bet. And it's the opposite.
Yep.
Will me that. I don't understand that. And I'm
Well,
okay with it.
yeah, and I think it's because of that, what we talked about. Like they are going to have, so if they're button, they have a lot more of stuff around, like they can have ace jack off and they can have all of the suited aces almost.
Yeah. He's got a
Um,
denser range, which has more value. So
right.
he has more pairs here. So now our aces are value betting because he has more to value bet against. Would that be the argument?
Yeah, yeah, that's I think that's kind of what I was getting at when I first mentioned we're probably betting more.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was this much more, to be honest. I thought we would be checking. Like, we're
Pretty
checking
interesting.
60%, but the trainer said 30. Oh, it's because our specific hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, we check.
we checked.
Checks back. Right. What do you-
Checks back. He's going to check back a lot of his decently strong value, like over pairs, like sevens through. Uh,
It does have queens, you're right.
I think he starts betting more up top. Like he can bet queens now more than he's going to bet sevens. Like kind of the opposite of what we're talking about. Because so this hand for us here, I think we can check.
Once we take this on, we're gonna check. It's an interesting bet because
And
this doesn't change anything, but you're right, he
I'm
does have
calling.
strings.
I'm calling here, and I think Solver will want to call. Oh yeah, never fold.
Like
It
for
even
some reason.
raises.
It is folding some for some reason. So what? Which ace king does it want to fold? It really likes having the spade. That, it's not because what it's a kind of dunk bluff, or is it because it's just blocking thick value? It's blocking nutted draws. It must be because it's blocking nutted draws. It's the only reason I could think. And then also it has a very healthy check raise. Or we know it's doing that to bluff spades. All right, so we're gonna continue. We're just doing.
And we check. And here comes the decision. Okay, he probably just has a pair of eights. I called it eights.
All right, let's do another one. All right, Brian, you want to take this one?
Yep. Okay. So, well,
So you're
Gonna
against
check
GTG,
here.
you've got ace king, and this is your flop.
gonna check here.
And you're checking pure. Again, we can see the betting levels a little bit.
You have showdown. I don't think you need to start betting here. I'm gonna check.
Not the greatest, whatever, what would you do?
I mean, you still have showdown. There's not a lot of hands he has that contain a queen that wouldn't have. No, there are. I think you can. I think solver is still gonna check here. I think hungry horse would probably still just check here.
Yeah, I don't think we have as much showdown as we think we do. And at the same time, I don't think we can bet. If we bet, it would have to be like really big.
Yeah, checks 100%. Small bet. I would consider raising here. I'd probably raise to 35, 30.5.
Folding.
Does not like it. Oh shit. Fold. What do you have? Ace queen? King, queen. Queen.
Well, that was interesting that he checked down.
Well, it's solver.
Wa-
Dude, like that's I'm folding out prior because that's not getting checked down.
So,
It
so when we
argues.
get to that river, think about what kind of showdown Ace King has now. And remember, that's under the gun. It's not button ranges. It's under the gun ranges.
Yeah.
So when you three bet and he calls, his calling range is going to be pairs. The only hands you really can show down against is something like King 10 suited, if they even call King 10 suited, Jack 10 suited. Like
That's true.
what are we
He's
what are we looking at here, Larry? This is
I was trying to figure out how much he checked back. He checks back half the time with, about half the time with queen. I was curious how much he checked back. Oh, this is on turn, right? So on turn, after we check again, he does not value bet queens. Solver does not value bet queens. And
they are, but they check back at some frequency.
yeah, good point. So he's got, this is his best hand he gets here with, right? This is the very top of his range, other than King Jack, Ace Jack.
Yep.
And it's interesting to me that he is choosing to check back. I mean, it's an argument for understanding the power of position, right? He knows you can bet on, he knows he can bet on river and that you're capped. He's, solver, quote unquote, isn't afraid of anything. And yeah, we can see that the very top of range, which is gonna be this like sets or something. Yeah. He's checking back, but he's checking his opponent is very capped, and so he's not that motivated to bet. He's mixing though.
You go to like nines,
9. So say it again.
nines, yeah. So he bets 7.6. Is there any way to look at how he would react to a raise with like pocket nines or pocket tens?
How would he would react to a check raise?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
On turn or river?
river.
Okay, so let's say it goes check, check, river queen, check. UTG, he bet small. We raise, this is.
So we could get some nines to
This is his
fold.
reaction, so
No, he
this is what
actually,
he's using that small bet with.
he never bet nines.
Yeah, he
Didn't it
just bet.
say? Oh, okay, that was on the turn.
So here's what he's betting. This is his reaction. He's checking
Okay,
back
yeah.
nines. His betting threshold is tens. Right? It's pretty, so this is always an interesting city graph for me. So we can see very much how he's got essentially 3 ranges. He's got his value, lowest being king jack, highest being 10-9, straight, and then his best value hands. I'm sorry, his best hands are checking back are nines, and then he's going to even take 2s to showdown. But then we get into his bluffs, right? His ace king, bluffing ace king. So when you ever hear about someone talking about bluffing from the bottom up, here it is. He's bluffing on his hand because he had not enough showdown tool, but his 2s are where it gets interesting.
And what was the first value hand? Tens?
The lowest value hand that he
Jack,
value,
king jack.
yeah. So his 10s are mixing. That's a value hand.
But you can see ace king has no showdown. Like what hand does ace king beat if it shows down here? 5, nope, 4, nope, 6, nope, 10-9. 10-9 is the old, nope, 10-9 is a straight. Jack 10's a pair.
Yeah,
There is
it's
not a
got
single
30%
hand
equity.
ace king can show down with and win other than chop.
Yeah. I mean, it shows it as essentially the best hand that he bluffs with. That's essentially what it classifies it as. But any pair he's checking back, or any pair he's checking back up to top pair where he begins to have his value. So I can understand why people get frustrated with solver because it doesn't really reflect people's ranges. But this kind of part of solver is helpful where, you know, if you're in a position here, you do have to make a decision about whether you have a value hand wins enough so you check back or a pure bluff. And this helps you understand where those lines are. And this part's really valuable, I think. Okay, so Crusher, we're doing work on the trainer today. How you doing?
Hey Larry, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So do you want to watch ball or you want to take a hand of the trainer?
Yeah, I'll do a hand.
All right, so we're just playing just ace king for now. I'm gonna change it. We're playing out of position and through that pot ace king.
Okay.
So let me see if I go on, let me configure session. Board. Any. So we're just not getting any good hands, good flops. We'll just continue. So you got ace king here and you 3-bet the button, he called you. What would you like to do?
With the spade, I think we get to bet small here. I think 33 is good.
All right. So it's in there. It mostly wants to check, but it allows you to bet some frequency.
Wow, it even likes the bigger size. Okay.
But probably, yeah, it might like the bigger size because I think this board wants to polarize. So it wants to polarize on this board a lot. And our hand, ace king, spades is in there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
roll
think
over
that's
suited.
Oh, we were seated, right? I think that, I think this is pretty common on a board that essentially misses our range. Where we're going to have a very polar strategy from the beginning. Backed up by. And then we saw this before. This has been nice because we see some heuristics, right? See? Repeatable patterns here. Our smaller overpairs want to bet.
Can
and
you
our
see what
larger
size jack
overpairs
or
wanna
even
check.
tens bets?
Tens bet, all our overpairs want to bet in this particular configuration.
But what size are we using with tens?
75, B75.
Yeah, P75 is a primary size. But you're not breaking us over, so we will continue. You press small. We call. One time. Good card. You're not get a good card. What was your key now?
I'll just check.
In the chat.
I'll bet we're check raising.
That's interesting. Okay, so. Would you like to check and see if you have showdown? Would you like to bluff this on the classic bet check bet on?
No, I would probably give up here.
I think this is a check
Yeah,
and take.
I think we can check this. Like that's the difference between this hand and that other hand. We can check here and have showdown.
Yeah, I see what point. Oh.
Oh,
To bluff.
I wonder. Oh my goodness, that's
So
a
let's-
block bet. Okay,
That wants to. Well, it's interesting what's block bet.
I bet it's for value too.
Look at that. It's got some call. It's got some calls. Let's see if it's for value. So I think our presumption is that if it's got over 50% equity, solver thinks it's value. So on here,
And yeah, it actually probably doesn't even need 50%, right? For the price we're laying,
well, yeah, it's a good point.
but it does. But I mean, look, it has 75, so it's clearly value.
Let's see where it is. It falls. So it falls. This is like. Yeah, I think it's really 50% is our, I think we'll generally see 50% as our break even. Yeah. It really likes the 50% break even between. Or value starts, like our worst value hand here is like well, it says ace queen is a value hand. And then ace king was way up there. Straights. So yeah, it just sees it as very thin value.
Can you check the? I was suspicious or suspecting we get to check raise that ace king on the turn.
Oh yeah, okay, so turn check.
Or we just always check calling.
Turn check. Button chooses. Do you want to give him half pot, which is the most common size, or you want to give him B33, which is going to result in more check?
Let's see both.
B33. Oh, sorry. Check.
That's the flop.
Oh, I fucked it up. Sorry. One time dealer. Whatever she knows. Turn, check here. He uses let's say a 33%, so that.
So always calling, never raising.
Ace queen gets in there. Ace queen bluff shoves.
So that means we're not gonna
Mixed.
raise a 50% either.
Mixed with the queens and jacks shoving. Yeah, we're just shoving, calling. But I guess it thinks ace king is good enough. With call. But ace queen is where it says, okay, I'm gonna start bluffing a little bit. Anything else you wanna see?
Nope.
So I'll take this hand. I think you check this. The paired board. It mixes in quite a bit of betting on the paired board. I think that
Mhm.
makes sense. I think it's because it just, he misses more on a paired board is my guess. But it likes to check more than anything. And he bets, I think, all, but see, he called it. He might not put it square. Would you call? Got some check raises in here. Check. He didn't improve. You have the ace of diamonds. I don't think that. Yes, that's. I wanna fold. No, that is a blunder. But I would fold that in real life.
Yeah, to population, you can probably start thinking about folding, obviously.
Yeah.
To a solver, you can't, but to somebody who's probably more inclined to be betting value, then you fold.
Boom.
Good job. Power position. All right, Mike, wanna take one?
Yep. Okay, no spade. We know that we get to check. I like to try to figure out how often we should be betting here. We are checking, I'm going to go 60 to 70%. And when we bet this flop, I think we need to go large-ish. So the B50 or B75 is going to be the sizing of choice. But let's check and see. Oh, it's check range.
I always think this, let's see who has a pair advantage here. I think this might be because he defends a lot of queen X. Could be wrong. Let's see who's got more pairs. Specifically
Yeah,
top pair.
we do hear queen high boards are usually kind of one of those boards that are not as good for the pre-flop raiser. Pre-flop three better.
Top pair. No, we are, this is as a percentage of range. No flipping. It's not that, I mean, we both have the same queen X. It's not that, as percentage of range, we have more hands. All right, we've got 3 times as many hands as he does. All right, we're gonna check. Checks back.
Check, check. This is not a good card for us. It is definitely a good card for their range. A much better card, I should say, for their range. I'm checking.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though, Mike. When you oh, it is a pure check. Don't you think you're gonna have lots of like high diamonds here?
I think even when we have those,
Well,
we
he's
check. Like we could have a set of queens here and we have to check. That card, I mean, this board is just absolutely. I bet if we check range versus range, we're way behind. That's my guess.
Yeah. No, you're obviously right.
It's not a check range though. It looks like there is some betting going on there, but you can see that it's just primarily just checking. This hand,
I think
this
it's
hand in
definitely just checking.
particular is just checking.
Yeah, we're checking ton here. I mean, if you want to compare range versus range,
But that's your straight flush.
yeah, button is an advantage. Not expect them to be advantage, right? All right, so we check.
And then we just fold.
Nice answer.
That's the thing. Yeah, lots of those.
Brian, you wanna take this one?
Yep. Alright, we missed the flop
We'll hit a
again.
flop one day.
Um. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna do a decent amount of checking here. The last paired board, I just wonder how different it is when it was nines paired with fives.
Yeah, we're checking half the time, but we do get some. You get some bets here, but it's very polar. So we do bet, in theory, we're betting a large size.
Okay.
We're betting it would be 75. Right?
I don't see any reason to start betting now. I'd continue to check. And I'm not giving up yet, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I'd
Sorry,
probably just
I
call.
should let
No,
you
you're
finish your
good.
thought there.
I was just thinking about raises, but I just don't see a
Well, this
lot
is
of
always
raises.
interesting with the ace high on a double paired board. What would you like to do here?
We're checking again. Ah, we almost won a hand.
I wonder why can't he go for value here?
I bet he can. And maybe he just
He
rolled. Look at
rolled.
the number. The number is a 4, so it's super passive. I'll bet nines do get to bet there.
So
No, it's pure check, right?
Well, you have
With the right
some
node.
ace four 3-bet bluffs, don't you?
we're looking at what he is value betting there. He's value betting his best pairs, his boat, and that's it. And then some bluffs with threes and twos, which will be kind of that. So if we look at tens. Yeah, he's got. Doesn't have very many hands again here, I can tell that.
Where are tens?
Those are like right here.
Yeah, what is that number?
It's 80% equity, so
It's still 80?
yeah, it's interesting that it's not value betting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because we have a very robust check raise range. So maybe we don't. So let's bet the size 85%. And we do have a pretty robust check raising range. Maybe that's why. We check raising kings. If we get here like this, aces, sixes. Maybe a double pair board doesn't want to value bet. All right, so that was Mike, right?
No, that's me.
So we're back around.
Dean's here now if he wants to get in on one.
Dean,
Yeah, I get in.
you wanna have a hand? So we're playing just ace king as three better out of position. Dean,
Yeah.
we've had really bad luck with our. I really want to check this again. I can't believe you haven't seen that.
Ugh.
Flop three bet, small blind, underhand button. Hands, fine. Board.
Can I play
Any,
offset
any.
in position?
Alright, any, whatever. Any. Okay, so. Yeah, we're always out of position. We're gonna be in small blind. And we're gonna be three betting button or UTG. Alright, good luck,
I
sir.
jack cut off token.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there we go. Just flop the world.
So-
We three bet. I just go 7.6.
We're betting range on this board. That's important.
Yep.
We are betting everything. Even against UTG. We bet small.
Can you go bigger, Sid?
Wow, we make a
you
hand
better.
and they fold.
Yeah.
They're like, my jacks have no value here. And they're out. That's like,
Why didn't you?
that is
four
why
bet
we're
Cram
betting
it?
range here, right? We can get
Yep.
under pairs to fold automatically, in theory, we're betting every single hand we have.
Yeah, like our 7-8 just folded out jacks right there.
Like if we bet here. Yeah, exactly. So he must overfold, so. So we bet 33%. He's supposed to defend 75% of his range. He's supposed to call 75%. But we see he folds 50%, so he's dramatically overfolding here. And so that, because he's dramatically overfolding, in theory, that means we bet everything, because he's folding a lot more than he mathematically should. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway,
It does.
all right, that was Dean. So Dean, I think we're back to the top, right? Which is me. So I will take this hand.
Hey,
One time.
just for comparison, what's Hungry Horse doing there?
Good question.
He's checking.
I didn't watch, or I didn't do the homework, so I don't know.
So he would, how deep were we?
100 bigs.
100 bigs. He is going to, it's likely to get stabbed. What was it? It's not likely to get stabbed, so he would probably bet and bet smaller.
Well, let's classify
There.
the board, right? It's a static board, right? Where top pair is not going to change. It's somewhere between wet and dry, because there's
And it's,
a straight available, but it's rainbow.
and SPR is lower than 15, so yeah, he'd actually check that.
So we check his thick value, yeah, because it's easy to get it in by there. Okay.
He would classify that as likely play for stacks, from at least from when I was talking to him, or at least when I was
Yeah.
watching. Is
Yeah,
two pair like that.
this is definitely play for stacks. All right, so I have a good hand. I think this is a play for stacks hand. So my SPR is 3
He would make,
over 3 streets. I think that means I bet half to get it in all the way by river. So I'm gonna see if we do that. And we do it sometimes, we mostly bet the small size. Not a shocker. But I bet a third too much in 3-bet pot, so I'm gonna just take a geometric play in here, and he's gonna fold anyways. He calls, that's very much a opening to the back door, but it's pretty brickish. I'm gonna do it again. Nope, it wants to go bigger. Fine, whatever. I don't get to go geometric. I'm gonna go bet, and he folds. Is Jack 10. Called one with his gutter. That's interesting. I guess because he can pull him in. Gutter, well, 2 back doors, gutter and back door. All right, that was me. Brings us to Mike, right?
Yeah.
All right, so got ace king here, sir.
All right, when we're gonna check, we know that, and when we bet, we're gonna bet big, and this I think we're gonna bet probably. I think we're gonna check 60 to 70% again. This could be check range,
Yeah, it could be.
so let's check and see how much we bet. Okay,
I would like spending on
75.
this board.
Oh, we're actually betting more often.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's just, I mean. Let's just look at ranger versus ranger. But I don't know what delineates this board from the other boards we've seen, so. With the
We've got-
smallest
we've got a-
sliver of. Range advantage, but not much, so I don't really understand.
Are
That's the
not,
thing,
can
yeah.
you go back to that?
Sure, sorry.
And range versus range. Yeah, we have a pretty good nut advantage.
You talking about this area?
Yeah. Are those considered best hands or just good hands?
Um, so I don't, so I think best hands is like 70% equity. Uh, equity bucket stance. We've got like this area, we've got really good hands. Aces, kings, ace 10, king 10, jack.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, so this is a bet big. I wonder if the ace of spades in our particular hand really helps us out here. And looks like it does not. We check more? No. Weird. Okay.
We check more a little bit. It's not dramatic. So, okay, so
All right, we checked.
we checked.
And we get a stab. We get a little B25 type stab. B20 stab. We're not folding. Do we ever get to raise now? Probably not. Just call. Maybe
I wonder if we, do
there
you
might
think
be
we
some
raise,
raising.
do you think we raise with lesser ace X with the ace of spades? Let's see.
Yeah, but ace
Oh, it
king.
is raising a lot. You want to take the check raise line for fun?
Nope,
Okay,
not yet.
that's fine. So let's look at our other ace of spades stuff. So this is us. Check raising a lot.
And yeah, we had ace king off.
We're check raising with all of them. Here we go.
It was offsuit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thanks. So, yeah. So we are taking the ace, this check raise line a lot with the ace of spades.
And the queen.
So we'll call.
What did we do? We just called. So here we're going to just call. Or I mean check, I mean. And see if he puts us to the test. Okay, not so much of a test. It's kind of a dad joke instead of a
He's
riddle.
offering you almost direct odds.
So do we ever just raise? It's offering a little raise there. It's offering this medium-sized raise and it's offering all in. Geez, I think we just call. Just call. How much do we raise? A little bit.
That's the call.
Yeah, the little baby raise was kind of enticing.
It was.
And we just check. And that's not a good card. If he bets, I think we're just folding to everything.
Hands. King
Okay.
jack. You check back king high.
Huh.
Right. So that queen he must envisage is very good for you. Button. King jacks. He just rolled. These
You
hearts.
rolled.
Yeah, I just rolled. He's supposed to ignore it. He's mostly supposed to bluff us.
Have him bet and see what our ace kings do. I think they just fold pretty much everything except for maybe a 10 B10.
Well, he's supposed to bluff all in. Whoop. That's what I'll do it. So if he bluffs all in, check. All in.
Yeah, we're not calling ace king.
No,
Oh,
we're
there's
mixing.
some.
We're mixing with the spade blocker. That's a flush. We're mixing with the spade blocker. Yeah, so we're mixing some heroes. I've only seen a call like this once in live. He was right. We're against the movement. Okay, so. Next hand. And that next hand. Was Mike. Okay, Crusher, you wanna take one?
Yeah, I'll do them.
I crush it. You've got a very interesting hand against GTG.
Check here for sure. Check call. Oh, wow.
So this is interesting. So we are betting range here on this queen high flop. This is a very dry texture. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. Brian, you are our resident Hungry Horse whisperer today. What do you think Hungry Horse would do here?
He's definitely checking here. Because he has showdown. He classifies that as a board that's not likely to get stabbed at. And you can check your showdown hands in that situation,
Yeah, that makes sense.
especially with a lower SPR.
So we're gonna give you a B50.
Okay.
He calls you and you get a pretty brickish turn. Now there you have 5-4.
Now, like, you only have 2 overs. Your back door is bricked. You gotta just give up. I think.
He puts out a little feeler bet there.
Definitely fold.
Fold? Call?
I
Fold.
I think Hungry Horse raises here. Because his range is capped with his smaller bets is what his argument would be.
Yeah, I think that there's a good chance he's gonna do something for that. Okay, so. That was Crusher. D, you want one?
Yep.
Dean gets the hands. What would you like to do here? Dean?
Running good.
I know. That's small again, 5. Oh, big,
Yeah,
50.
it's betting range here. All right, so it's a good flop for us. He calls you. Pretty brickish turn. What would you like to do?
Now I like to size up. Yeah,
Go for-
purple.
Yeah, you nailed it. Alright,
You already know.
yes. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Stop checking.
wow.
Are we, I assume we're checking.
Protect that check range, huh?
Yeah. And he calls us with,
An ace.
so our equity here with ace king. It's upwards of 80%, I would say. I would say 85%. Oh! Who spends too much time in solving?
He did 85 exact.
So, oh, that was not good. Want to do that? Practice live for the live session. Trainer. That training. All right. That was Dean. I think it goes back to me now.
I didn't get to go.
Say it again.
I didn't get to go.
Oh, sorry. Is that Brian?
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian. Okay, you can take this one.
He's giving me the shit flops. I'm gonna check here. I think it's gonna check a lot too. About half.
He chooses a B50.
I'm gonna call. I think solver calls.
I was wondering if we got some check raises here. It makes sense on this board. This really misses us. I'm curious if we are check raising all our over pairs.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, anything like jacks plus check raising from here. It's mixing ace king here. The way I would simplify this is like, I would like find check raises with jacks plus. And mix in with ace king. Notice it's check raising the aces the least. Because
Well, I was
that's,
gonna say,
that's what needs the least amount of protection.
well, I was gonna say, couldn't you do more of a simplification of, I mean, I know this would be different from solver, but you know, check nines to queens, check raise nines to queens, and then just call aces and kings with less, to make it more implementable.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Because then, yeah, you're protecting, so you're not gonna have get outdrawn as much, and you can hopefully get some fold equity.
Sure. Okay, so we're gonna call. We use the B50. Then check, I assume.
Yep.
He checks back now. The question is, do you have enough showdown to check and maybe even check call? Or do you want to bluff this?
I think you have a decent amount of showdown to check call. I mean, he's got a decent amount of overcards that aren't paired that he might try and bet here. Yep.
And he did not, chooses not to bluff his king wins. Okay. I will take this. A lot of ton flop, so we're gonna have a lot of small bets. We really like having the king of spades. We prefer to have the ace of spades. But we're gonna bet small here often, I think. I'm gonna go small bet. No, it likes a big bet. We're not breaking the solve. Are we big betting both the king of spades and the ace of spades? You're definitely mixing in. We do it more, we big bet with the king of spades more. We want to drive a fold more with this hand. Use small bend, small bet to the ace of spades. So not breaking solvers. I'm gonna continue. He calls. Now we have a thick value hand. Does have some ace spades, but we're gonna say this is good enough to value that. It
Mm.
would be 50. And he folds out top pair.
I think Hungry Horse checks there.
My
Well, wait,
turn?
actually. Well, it's kind of weird the way he plays. I'm still going through that part when he plays the draws because he would check call like you did on the flop with a high equity draw on it with less than 15 SPR. And then he would, I think when he gets it, he'd probably continue the check line because to see how strong they are and whether they go big or small on the turn to figure out whether he can get all the money in with his made hand or bluff whenever they bet small.
Sounds right. All right, I'm gonna take a little break, guys, like 5 minutes, and then Mike, your turn to break. So I'll talk to you guys in 5.
All right, taking a break, 5 minutes back.
Yeah,
Smoke 'em
5
if you
minutes.
got 'em.
How's everyone's day going?
Starting here.
Are you guys PST?
Yeah, I am.
Cali?
I'm Oregon.
Oregon? You snowboard or anything?
No, I used to when I was a teenager.
Oh, dude. If I lived up north still in an area where there's snow, I would. Oregon's apparently great for it though. I don't know. I've never been out there.
There's not like a lot of snow here. It rains all the time, but there's the mountain's nice and stuff. Mount Hood.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like a couple hour, like hour and a half away.
Yeah, that's good. The place I had was just a straight up ice slope in Pennsylvania, so I had to get the hell out of there.
Doesn't it snow like everywhere all the time there?
You'd be surprised. Pennsylvania's like it's a lot of you get some winters where you get just pound in and get tons of snow, which is I'm okay with. Like if I was still living up there, I would be fine with that. But then you get like 90% of winters where it's just rain and cold the entire time and super windy. So you just
Yeah,
can't.
that's here.
Yeah, not for me. I moved to Florida for a reason.
Mm. Yeah,
Now I
wanna be
just
more
surf.
warm. Nice. Now you just gotta worry about hurricanes.
Yeah, we got a big one supposed to be coming
Yeah,
in
I
here
saw
soon.
that.
I'll probably go to try and get the swell. I mean, I'll probably just try and chase whatever swell comes in. Hopefully, it doesn't crush people's houses too much either, because that's always terrible. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
Gulf Coast, so I don't think it's hitting us quite as hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't even see anything. I just saw like a little news blurb that said something about this hurricane coming. It's like by Jamaica. It
Yep.
has like a real, it's like the record low pressure or something like that.
Yeah, apparently it's already a category 5, and they're saying that it might be the strongest one yet. So
It's wild.
that'll be interesting. The last one went up past us, so up to New York and South Carolina, I think, and all up in there.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
hit
yeah.
us. But it brought a crazy swell in the water, so the surfing was awesome, and nobody's houses got destroyed. So it didn't make me feel too
Yeah.
bad that I was traveling over there to surf while people are, trying to get their life together.
So, Mike, you there?
Mike's on a fridge run.
Can't blame him. So I was thinking we could do this for a little bit more, but then maybe we could switch up to something else. Would you guys want to do some more marked hands if we can find any?
If anybody else has some, I don't have any more.
Let's see what
We
Mike
could do
has.
any 3 bets, not just ace king.
Yeah, let's do 3 bets without just ace king.
Okay. Bigger session. And just go. Yes. And it'll give us. Let's look.
Happens when what happens when you pick hand class on the options above?
We have to start a pre-flop.
I mean, you don't have to select any specific hands, do you? It'll just automatically randomly choose something within range, right?
Yeah, I will.
It's not
Hey,
like
Mike,
it's not like it's going to 3-bet 6-5 off or something.
do you have any more marked hands, Mike? Are you
I got
marked?
tons of marked hands. We might have seen a few of them yesterday, the most recent ones, but I can pull more up for sure.
Yeah, why don't we do this for a round or 2 more, and then we'll switch to some marked hands, which I always find fast hitting cards up. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Yeah, Mike.
so
Hands are nice because they play different than the solver, definitely.
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's nice to compare and contrast. So, Mike, this is your hand. What would you like to do? You have
Okay.
seen that ace jack off.
Oh, and we get this flop. We're gonna bet way more often here on this flop than we've seen. I think we're gonna be betting in the 70% type range. We certainly can check. So let's bet. Well, I wouldn't bet big here though. I would bet small. I would bet B33. Ooh, check range.
Wow.
Well, I
What?
guess it's not check range. This hand wants to check,
It is
but
checking a lot on this board.
It is, oh yeah.
That's
Which is, I
really
think,
weird.
surprising. So let's change this to a check range. We've got small. Just-
we have some really shitty backdoor type situations. This hand probably just wants to fold. Maybe it mixes in calls, but I'm betting it folds. like a decent amount. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, just fold it.
Ace queen calls, looks like, but almost got. Okay, so. What did he bluff us with?
Top pair,
Bluff us
bluff.
with top pair. Okay, so. Crusher, you wanna take one?
Yeah, I'll do the next one.
Alright, you took a spicy queen jack, you've got a very similar board, what would you like to do?
Bet 33.
Say it again?
Bet 33%.
Okay, we're gonna bet. You find the bet. Get a call. Like,
I think bet 50 sometimes.
alright, we're gonna continue the story.
Yeah.
Think it. Yeah, it wants to give up, but what does it bet here? I want it to bet its flush draws. So let's just look at flush draws here. Both back door and front door. Alright, notice it goes polar. It's using it's shoving. This is very interesting. Double flush draw board. It's shoving, but it's mostly checking.
Yeah, like
That's why.
my first instinct was like, oh, can we shove here? But when we don't have that extra equity, I guess we can't.
Hey, what's
Pretty
going
wild.
on, man?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, Skate? So 5, 6, 7, maybe the 7 completes a lot of stuff. So this is our combo draw, shoving that. What about our flush draw nuts? Mostly checking.
What about like backdoor the hearts? Is that jamming too, or only?
I think it considers both. We don't really have a delineation. They're both by
Okay.
turn. They're both considered just draws.
Okay.
So our aces were shoving, but not our king. Well, our kings are sets. Our set, we're protecting with sets. Interesting.
Can we look at range versus range on that?
Sure.
Just feels like they have better hands than us. I don't know.
So range versus range here on turn when the 7 comes. They have the nut advantage.
Yeah. Sort of thought so.
So that would make sense.
6, 7, 5,
In
6,
fact, they're the only one with nuts.
8, 9. Yep.
They've got 8, 9, and they've got the sets. We do not possess any sets or 8, 9s that play this way. Which is resulting in this ridiculously polar,
Mhm.
this is incredibly polar, strategy from out of position, and it kind of makes sense because the 7 completes a lot, brings in additional equity, but not our additional equity. Kind of an interesting strat. Not one we see very often, I don't think.
No.
So who took the hand? Crusher, right?
Yeah, that was me.
Alright, and then we've got Skate out there. Skate, you wanna take one?
All right.
We've got half, whatever. He's going to call. Let's. Sorry, you know what? I didn't let you finish your hand, Crusher. You get another one. And then we'll go to Skate. I kind of screwed this one up. Crusher, this is your hand. This is more fun to play anyway. What would you do here?
You're on mute, Crusher.
We lost Crusher. I was gonna give him another hand because it kind of stole his. But I think he has stepped away.
Crusher.
Crusher's gone to crush. Skate, you got a fun hand. What would you do here?
All right, here with the ace of spades, we could go go either way, but I mean, without the spade, I would be inclined definitely to check on a monotone board. With the spade, I think solver's going to want to bet mostly, with very little checking. And if we do bet, let's go a standard between 20 and 33%.
I'm happy to have you bet. But do you want to try something gangster?
Check raise.
This seems like a good check raise spot to me. You want to try it or you want to bet? I'll leave it up to you.
Check raise against the button. Not yet.
Okay.
I think I'll do the check raise.
You got to check raise on this monster.
Oh, got to check raise, right? You got to check. I guess when it's monotone like this, and the button's defending a lot of suited hands, we don't need to do anything but check. All right. All right. Yeah, we're gonna call.
Who's calling
Yeah.
here? What are our check raises coming from? Check raises are coming from.
Draws that are not like already
Signs with the spade.
This hand is probably too good to check raise, I guess.
right?
So maybe king high flush, like, so so there's the king of spades we're doing it with. The ace of spades is too good. Well, let's do it with ace jack more. Maybe you run a runner straight helps, I don't know. Do it with ace 10 more. I guess they have less equity is what it comes down to. They don't want to drive folds as much. 45, 45, 40. I guess it just, the ace king just gets over that spot where we just want to call. Okay. So we call. Well played. One time. Nope. I assume you want to check, Skate?
Yep, definitely check.
So he's offering you 19%. He's almost giving you direct odds. You're gonna hit about 18% of the time, and he's offering you 19%.
Yeah, I think we're getting just about enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna fold. Well, yeah, to this price now.
Giving you a good price. One time. Nope.
Thing is that even if an ace does roll on the river, we could still be losing.
True.
Check. Yeah.
Show us the king of spades.
Ooh,
What do you
sliver.
want? Don't anybody call here.
Oh, yeah.
King of hearts.
well- Yeah, I was thinking about calling, but I know that we can because of the price. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was indifferent, but it's kind of, I don't.
Yeah.
Do not try this at home, I think. I was Skate. And then Dean, you want to take one?
Yeah,
All right,
give me something good. Oh, yeah.
I failed you. You've taken a 3-bet bluff and you have,
What? This is like the
Flopped a
world
gutter.
getting better. Like, can dream for more.
maybe you get to bet this.
Yeah, I'm going to. 33. Little.
You're in there. The betting range. He folds. That's why we bet. It's always nice to get to the fold or worse hand,
I
which is
knew
gonna
we
get
would have
bet.
turned it.
Oh, you would have turned the nuts.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Dean. So why don't we go around the horn one more time and then we'll look to some of Mike's marked hands to finish it off.
Cool.
All right, so I will start. I am the pretend Scotty. I kind of like a check raise here. This hand kind of falls, and I mean, we like protection. This flop misses us ostensibly. Let's see if I can get myself in trouble.
I'm on board. I was on board with your check raise too.
Yeah,
That one.
let's see. Let's see how much he bets this. And let's see where our check raises come from. We'll just focus on over pairs. But I think this likes, I mean, it likes generating folds here. I think. I think we must bet this some. Oh, he didn't
Bet
take it.
small.
So if he bets his small size,
Ooh, I think you're in the wrong node.
oh, I hate when I do that. I check, he bets his small size. Thank you, Mike. And it's in there, but it is a really good place. My brain is in the right place.
Nope.
It really wants to check raise over pairs here. It's just jacks are really cuspy, but it still does it. You know what? I am going to now 4 to a straight. This is a real, I don't think we've been here. Got some PTSD around 4 to a straight. I'm gonna check. My PTSD is right.
Good check.
Okay, so this is interesting. I think we have to thin value.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well,
Thin or thick?
Yeah, good question. I'm gonna go big size. It takes
Good
all different
choice.
sizes. But I've been taking big sizes more here because I think it, because humans, when they raise, allows me to fold more comfortably. That's kind of not the best way to approach poker, but that's the way I'm thinking about the spots now. Doesn't matter because he had ace king that he fed. Okay. So it was me. Brian, you out there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jacks are the hand of the day. What would you like to do here, sir?
I think Solver is gonna bet here some portion of the time, but I'm trying to implement the hungry horse. So, well, actually, yeah, I would bet here. I would bet like B33.
So it goes very polar in
Oh,
theory
really?
on these
Yeah, that does
boards,
make
right?
sense.
So
It's
if you
got to go
look,
bigger.
it's betting. Actually, it's very interesting. It's polar, but usually it's polar when we're out of range disadvantage. In position has a range advantage. And then we check more than we bet. But here we're actually betting a lot. This is where, in theory, these spots get tough. And I am not good enough to understand why. But well, we can kind of understand why if we play range versus range. This is a jump ball, fitty.
You have a lot of nuts, but you also do too.
But we have a nut advantage here. We could see we have the better hands. So we're not breaking solver. Let's give you a 50%.
So, is it likely to get stabbed? Is the question, right?
So it would
Yes.
be unlikely to get stabbed because it's generally dry and you have a smaller SPR. So, and this is a thick value hand that you want to get 3 streets of value from.
Yeah.
And that would be the reasoning. And I wasn't thinking here, but I was thinking, okay, well, I'm not going to bet here a ton. I don't know why I thought to bet small. I would generally want to bet larger, obviously.
So would he normally go half pot to get the weak stuff to call and the strong stuff to raise?
That's like his paywall of like, oh, well, you want to know sizing? Could do my boot camp. But from what I was seeing him in the videos, generally here he's gonna bet like he's not gonna it's gonna be between a third and half pot, likely closer to half pot.
Yeah.
It's I mean, yeah, I'd say it'd be like closer to half pot. So yeah, I like that sizing. That part aligns with solver.
Yeah, I can see that. So let's bet here.
Okay.
Calls.
This card is, I don't think, great for me. I think you could check here some. I think you would check here, and that'll give you more information. Oh, terrible.
Doesn't give a fuck. Use a technical term. Let's see what we're doing with all our overpairs.
I bet so that card brings in some straights and some draws. Like the obvious one is 5-6, right? And then
Yeah.
Jack 9 suited, I don't think he should have in theory,
Theory,
he
yeah, no
doesn't.
Jack 9 suited.
but should he
So-
have 5-6?
So we are betting our overpairs here in what I used to call reverse correlation. Depending on the strength of the overpair. So aces need the least protection, checking it the most. But your jacks don't want to see the ace, king, or queen roll off, I would assume. And that's why
True.
we're betting it the most. So we're gonna give you a bet line here.
I would never take that size, but that's okay.
Now he calls you, and that's a pretty interesting card. What'd you think of
Yeah.
that?
That sucks, but when it comes down to it, after taking this line, am I getting away? I mean, it's 5 by 6. You raised big. He called. He's got.
Problem is that your SPR is now,
Yeah, it's nothing. So I think you kind of just have to put it in, or I mean, you could check and.
I think you check call. But
I
it's
don't
your
hate that
hand.
idea. I like that. I like that better. I mean,
You
just
can do
not getting
either, but
away.
you're more right than me. I'm gonna give you, I think you have aggressive tendencies, and I do not want to dissuade you from that.
I do have aggressive tendencies.
So, which is a very good thing to have. So you got there faster.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna get away from it anyways. If
It
it's
doesn't
real
really
life,
matter
so.
because the odd odds you'd be offered are just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Alright, that was Brian. Mike, last hand for you, sir.
Bring it.
I'm sorry, I can't give you a better hand.
Brr. Do we have, is this,
Hold
I
on.
know this hand, yeah,
I'm gonna go because. No, I thought it was a new hand. No, this is the hand you get. Never mind.
yeah, that's fine. Because I'm curious if, I mean, this hand, I think we just want to check pure, but I'm wondering what our global frequency is here. It's probably decent. No, it probably checks a lot actually. But we're
I'm
checking
not
this.
sure. I think maybe we bet this a lot. I'm not sure. No,
I think
This
we
hand we
check this.
check, but globally it's, yeah, we still check
It is
90%.
a heavy checkboard.
I have a question, and this is some. Sorry, to pull it up right now. On these boards, I see the ace jack, like the ace jack boards and stuff like that. There's so much checking that doesn't make sense to me when you should have. I guess it does make sense now that I think about it, because when you three bet, he should call you with a lot of suited aces, right? And that would be why you wouldn't be betting into this flop too often.
Yeah, we have a lot of good aces too. I think your
I think
instinct
he
is
just
right
has.
though.
I think he just has more because he has a lot of suited aces that call after you three bet. Is that
I mean,
the
the
right
thought
thinking?
about how you figure this out, and it doesn't always clarify, but some of your hints are going to be
'Cause you should only three bet.
here, right? So some of your thoughts. So we have a significant range advantage, right?
Mhm.
But he's got a pretty good nut advantage around here. Because he has jacks and ace jack, and we do not possess jacks. We do not three bet jacks against UTG. So that might be what is driving this check frequency.
It's not the ace. It's not the aces because we have more aces, obviously, when you look at it.
Yeah,
Huh.
you're right. I could be wrong. I can't give you a clear answer and say we've got clear nut advantage because we have aces, but then maybe it's because in this rest of the range he's got a big advantage. He's defending. He's got enough defense here that he's on the right. I guess yeah, I'm not sure. And I'm getting a little burned out. So, so I think what are you gonna do here? it went check on flop. I think mostly you're gonna check here, but I'll
Oh,
decide.
sorry. Yeah, this is me.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I'm checking here. I'm not betting. It's got some.
Interesting. Maybe the 7 allows you to do that. don't-
Fold to that size.
A fold?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're calling?
no, folding. You're right. Bastard. All right, that was Mike. Pressure one more. Crusher once, crusher twice.
I don't think he's here.
No worries. Dean, last hand. Good luck, Dean.
All right.
No, not good enough for last hand.
What?
Oh,
Okay, this hand's good enough for last hand.
Yes.
I like
Oh, Skate's out there. Skates gets another hand. I forgot about you, Skate. You get the last hand.
No, I don't want aces. I'm gonna fold that.
But Dean, you go ahead. Take your aces. How would you like to play your aces?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty good
I
fun
would-
for aces.
Like half an hour.
The jack high, I'm like wondering if you go bigger. But I like to go small. I just go 7.6. Probably check the aces though.
Look at that. It's like I'm going thick value. So I'm going polar, and I think this is a really dry texture. I think that's driving this. I think this dry texture is driving other big bets.
All right. Oh, what was the total without that allergy stuff?
You want to take the big bet? Or you
Yeah,
want to stick with, okay. I mean, I don't think any of us big bet enough in the 3-bet pot. I know I don't.
I
Okay.
will. I will now.
I wanted to go smaller, then we'd had a fun turn.
Guess what? You get to go again.
But you have a different hand.
No, you get to go this hand. That's small. He now calls you. What should you do now?
Now I want to bet big. Yeah.
Oh, over
Yeah,
bet.
yeah, no.
Here,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
you nailed it. Oh, not the greatest run out.
Oh,
what a shitty run out.
that's so shit. I'm just going all in anyways, though. He didn't get any 2 pairs. Fuck him.
Jack one time.
God,
Yeah.
he had the one combo, or the one of the 3 combos. I guess you could have other sets, but
Skate. Last hand of the day. Skate, you get a better hand. Not good enough for the skate. Nope. No. Okay, you get to play queens.
All right. So like before, in this spot, we were seeing checking now with the flush draw out there. I imagine solver is gonna want to do a little bit less checking, especially when we don't have that spade blocker. So with that being said, let's go a little bit bigger. Let's go 11.5, 50%, 50% final answer. Let's go.
You're in there. 6%.
Even go bigger. Huh?
Nice.
Nice.
And you can go bigger. All right.
Yeah.
That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our training session for today. Now we will smoothly segue to the master of marked hands. Your friend and
Mike
ours,
himself.
Mike.
yeah. Okay. So I pulled up most recent 2000 hands. I have filtered for marked hands, and it looks like these first few are here for some reason because they have a tag on them that has a note. These are back raised Betty hands, these little tornadoes. And then from there, it looks like it's like kind of standard marked hands. So I'm going to start, unless you guys really want to see any of those other ones, I'm going to start here with kind of more standard stuff. Oops, that's a back raise Betty. Let's start here. And we'll just go there. And let's hide the bad word. Okay. Would you like me to expose the cards now or see how we play it?
What do you guys want to do?
Play it.
Play
Okay.
it, right?
Okay, so we'll go down the list and see if you guys want to do something differently or just get to make Mark dance. How do you want to do it, Larry? How would you like to structure the study session?
So are these all hero hands?
Yeah, these will all be hero hands.
Why don't we do it all cards face up?
Okay.
And then we will, because we did, yesterday we did differently. And why don't we go through the list of humans and I'll talk about how we'd play it and then we can talk
Yeah.
about it.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'll let you run the show unless you want me to assist in any way.
All right, Larry, you're at the top of the list. You take this one.
Here it does get to open ace five. It should fall around to you.
Okay, I'm just writing this down here. Skate. Gotcha. All right, so we get to, so let's see if we get any goofiness. No goofiness. Okay, ace five on the cutoff. Larry opens. And
He has a three better. You can three bet this sometimes.
yep, it sure can. I know that king queen off is often just is one of the hands that is just like a big call. Like it's unusual that king queen off doesn't three bet as much as it does, in my opinion. But they call.
So you guys are opening ace five off from the cutoff online? Because I know like in live it's around like ace 10 off. Yeah.
Yeah, ace five is kind of like that outlier.
It's ace five to ace eight off. No, ace six or ace seven.
Which is that like the single one you can open or you
Yeah.
can just fold?
Yeah. It's like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, thank you.
And then notice king queen off in the big blind, and when cutoff raises, big blind king queen off.
Yeah, mixes.
Still 50 mixes. This is the one that always surprises me. Pure.
Yeah, I guess it just has so much nutted equity potential. We don't want to put four bet. That's my guess. So, okay, so interesting flop. He leads. Now it gets interesting. This is a pure knuffle spot for hero. He should just call.
Yes. Now look at our villain. Do we classify villain as Knuffle worthy?
So pre-flop raise 26-15 over 92 hands. He has three bet how often?
5%.
He seems like a okay player. Nothing stands out to me. Look, oh no, he limped six. Did he limp six times?
He limped 3 times. 6%.
Okay, got it. So he's a little fishy. I think we just call.
I have a question, Mike, because I'm going to be studying Knuffle next month. Supposed to be hopefully joining the CPG Wolves. So like, yeah, when we talk about Knuffle, we want to classify the villain, right? Whether he's a reg or a fish.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and then go by that.
Yep.
And then okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Larry. He's kind of like cuspy, fishy, maybe bad reg kind of stats. But yeah, we're not doing anything other than calling in this particular hand. And Larry, so they continue B50.
I think in Knuffle, we've got showdown, so we don't actually. I think is it two pair plus that we raise here? I think it's two pair plus.
I
here-
think so.
I think here we just call.
Yep.
So I would just call.
Enough.
And this is not, I don't think. I don't think this is I don't think we need to raise here. We just call.
Yeah, definitely not raising. I know I would probably consider folding, but I don't know if I do. If I stick with Nuffle plan, it's pure call for sure. Oh, yay, Hero gets to make a good call. All right. Good job, Larry. Good job with the
Thank
Nuffle.
you. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Brian, you get to take this one.
Okay, where we at? That's a fold, fold, fold. Um, yeah, you can open to like 5.
And notice his stack.
Uh, um, I'd still open to 5. Oh, you limp. Ace 2 folds, 4 7 folds, folds all the way to ace deuce, which should raise bigger than that. And that guy should fold, and you can just call.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised I just limped behind there, Brian, to be honest. I would normally have raised there. Don't know why. I think maybe it was because we have a lot of fishier players behind us too, and I was just okay playing a
Not
pot
that
with the
either.
fishy players.
Yeah, you can keep a lot of short stacks in by not raising there, which ends up happening. And ace deuce they shouldn't. I think that this is one of the hands that they could c bet, but if they are, I think they need to make it bigger than they did. And what do you got? You got double back doors. I know you got double. Yeah, double back door. I know Larry said they got aggressive tendencies in this situation when he goes kind of smaller here on a board that shouldn't exactly be great for him whenever he opens. I could see a nice raise here, but you could also I don't think it's good enough to call. I think I either raise or fold.
I have a comment about this hand. Like, yeah, you wouldn't expect villain to bet out his trips, right? Multi-way. If he this looks more like, it feels more like a oh, I'm betting my flush draw or I'm betting my single pair, maybe like a 3, right? They're not betting the 5s, or do you see villains betting the 5s in the spot? Am I wrong?
I think that they're going to be more likely. I think with his sizing, it could be more likely that he has 5s. Because he has 2 people behind, he can be like, okay, I can see a lot of calls from 2 people's limping range. If he was a good player and he said, hey, these 2 people limp called me, I raised it super tiny, which a good player wouldn't do. But you should connect to the board fairly well. And if you have something like ace 5, you could bet into them and expect to get called, I would think,
Yeah,
by draws.
I wouldn't rule out a 5x hand.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't love the call just because I feel like it's not really a strong enough hand to call, but you do have 2 overs and some backdoor draws, so you can call too. But uh so I have a question how you think of this, because when they open to 2 big blinds behind, I basically take that as a limp. And his VPIP's super high. He bets 7 in. I just fold here. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to start getting crazy.
Yeah, the flop is, well, the pre-flop too. Like I kind of told you, I probably would normally raise, and we got to see the flop. This guy min raises the limps, so we're not going to fold. And then we get this flop, and he goes here. So either raise or fold. I didn't think it was. I thought it was still too good to fold.
I see why, because you do have 2 overs technically, and you have backdoors, so it's not. There's a lot of cards that can improve, but I prefer the more aggressive route
Yep.
with
Which
position as well.
we should have taken on the flop or pre-flop.
That's why I like to do it without seeing the cards, because I don't want to fucking know. I want to know how badly I get crushed whenever I go too crazy or if I'm making a good play. It's,
Dean, you're up. You have a poster.
Ooh. Fold king eight. Poster should fold or check, I mean. Yeah, open. No, not that. Hero, yeah. Pump it up. I'd go like 6 myself out of. Yeah. Fold.
So we'll just let him. Oh,
Yeah. I was wondering about that. I seriously was thinking that like they might do that. It's funny. Yeah, call.
really? You would call? I think I fold here. I'm pretty sure I fold. Yeah.
Tournament style.
You think
Like
we
the
should call
60
here?
holds. Yeah. Chip ICM.
But-
Rebuy.
By the way, it was played, call, right?
no.
That's a fold.
Without seeing the cards, it's a fold.
Yeah, I guess, but like it's
I wouldn't an attorney for 60 bigs.
I mean, it also depends. He's got a VPIP of 71. What's his?
Yeah.
I mean, you can validate a raise here or a call.
I just don't I just can't picture. So my
Oh,
first thought is like yeah, like it's not likely for somebody to be limp raising a good hand, from MP, more likely an EP. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah. So good discussion. Half of us are like fold, half of us
They're
are.
like not, are they jamming aces, kings, queens, you know? Like, are they limping? Are they just limp behind ace king?
I mean, like even without
ace
seeing the
queen
cards,
suited?
it's just like I don't know. Just like maybe it's like a leveling thing. Like okay, we're three betting ISOing from the small blind, so our range is wide, and then they're like bluffing us, so to speak. I don't know. I don't know these spots too well.
The pot is 69. So we're getting just over 1-1. I think we need to, have 50% pot share here?
no.
What do we need?
1-to-1. Shit, what is that? You don't need 50% ever.
1.5 to 1.
Fuck, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I've been trying to get better with this. I think it's closer to like 40 or 38.
Because this is a 10x pot jam, about 8, right? An 8x pot. Seven, 7x pot.
Yeah, so then pot is 69, and once you call, it'll be 140-ish. You're risking what? 55 to win 140. So that's basically what, a third?
So we need just over a third, something like.
So that would be you didn't need
Wait,
God,
where's
why
the
did I-
140 coming from?
because
69
once you
plus
call,
like 69 plus 55. Because we have to put
69. Oh
55
yeah,
more
my
in.
bad. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so like 130 then. Or 120 then. 125. So you gotta do 55. You're risking 55 to win 125. So then, well, I guess to win more than that, because once you call, the pocket's larger.
So,
I mean, it's like around, it's less than, you need less than 40% equity, right?
And Dean, you said call. What's the weakest hand you would call? Skate, what's the weakest hand you would call? Because you would call here.
Ace 10 suited and pockets nines, tens, pocket nines. Nine, yeah, because nines is the bottom that we're right. That we're three betting here, I believe, against two
ISO.
players. Yeah, I swing.
You've
Yeah, against
44.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It just
Skate.
depends on the opponent.
Skate, you take this one.
10 queen off. Okay. All right. All right. I fold around to 10 queen. Queen 10 off. Yeah, we could open that definitely there. Yeah, ace queen is that should three bet there, what they call. All right. Deuce four, I imagine they're gonna call as well.
What would you do though? Let's tell us what should be done.
So yeah, so the ace queen should have a three bet for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't do that. Deuce four is too, like, it's too low of an equity hand to try to ISO.
Yep. Well, would you call though? Could you call?
Well, we're getting a good price, but to be honest, I would fold.
Yep. I think it should be a fold. They do. Good fold. And let's illustrate that. We get a
Okay.
raise on the button. Oops. We raise the button. Queen 10 off. Surely in there. Let's see. Small blind. Ace queen suited. Just pure three bet. They have a very tiny slivers of calling here. With some portion of their range, and we know that villains way call too much. Now, four deuce is in range. It's like that cuspy bottom sort of part of it.
Yeah, that maybe call, maybe fold.
And given that you get a small blind flat, maybe it makes it a better call in reality. Because let's
It
assume
does.
you think this player is pretty fishy. I think that allows you to overcall a little more, expand your range.
Yeah, and if they're pretty straightforward post flop, right? Like they're gonna not like, bluff you or yeah, like they're pretty straightforward. It's even more reason to call and try to take it down post flop.
And let's say the raise comes from one position earlier, call. I bet it takes four deuce out completely. No, it's still there, but it goes away a little more. But you can see how it starts to diminish because the range is wider as you get earlier, obviously. I just wanted to see if that affected it too much. Not that much. All right, so here you go. You got a flop. And villain didn't three bet, so you're going to play as hero. They donk big.
All right, they dunk big here. Well, we have queen high. And we have like, yeah, we don't have much going on other than queen high. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a fold.
Should we nuffle? Come
Oh,
on, Wolf. You're a wolf now.
I know, but I don't know the nuffle. You gotta teach me. You gotta teach me. What's the best way to learn nuffle? Is just like to pull up the chart next to you and play and just play as you.
The best way to learn it is to, yeah, you got to, first of all, you got to subscribe to it. You got to like get the materials to study it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is straight. I think you could classify this as Nuffle worthy. I don't know if I do because it's such a big bet,
Oh,
which is kind of
oh, I
unusual.
see. Oh, I see. I see. Nuffle. Okay, no wonder. So instead of like most people would give us, so just like call and evaluate turn, see what they do turn, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's call.
I have a note. I have a note in here.
Nuffle. Did I? Okay, yeah. Let's do some nuffle.
So I think I take the Nuffle route, which means we call.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Nuffle.
And then
Right.
they
check. Ooh. They check. So I don't have my charts with me. So yeah. So they bet.
Right.
They check. I
I'll
imagine.
I'll tell you what the line is, and you tell me if you think we should take it. Nuffle line right now is to B70.
B70. Right. When they check the turn. All right, let's B70. Yeah. Yes. Wow.
Nuffled.
Nuffled. It works.
It's pretty ridiculous how often it works, to be honest.
Wow. Nuffle. Okay.
Larry.
All right, here, look, it's open ace five. Ace six, your three better fold. And then I think queen jack does get the defend here, but I'm not sure. Caught off hijack, I think it does get the defend.
Okay. I think so. I think it's cuspy. It might even mix a lot of folds.
Yeah, I think it's cuspy. It's 2.5. He defends, he's tight.
And we'll just take a look. Let's see how we did. How did we do on our queen jack off range? Yep,
Yeah, it's a
right
mixing.
there, right where you said. Okay.
All right, no dunking on this board. He dunks. We've got a theme, boys.
Yeah.
This is a call. We don't love this turn. This is still a call.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And he's gonna shove. He's not gonna shove. So against this size, this is always very difficult. We've got to win the hand. Do we win more than 25% of the time here?
No.
Okay, then we fold. I think Nuffle calls here. Nuffle doesn't care about texture, but
True.
It does. It actually does care about texture, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, on the river, if there's a four flush or there's some qualifications as to the texture.
oh,
Top pair still does not fold though.
okay.
It goes down to something like middle pair or something like that. You call middle pair and better or something like that.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. I would call and pay him for this price.
Yeah, and I think I folded and because I didn't know, I wasn't sure where Nuffle landed on the river with this kind of board. So I made a results wise a good fold, data wise a bad fold.
We'll go results oriented, a good fold.
Brian, let's see how we do.
All right, fold. You could possibly, what are you in the low jack? You could punish some limpers with a queen 10 raise to like 4 if you wanted. Yep. Fold. This guy needs to 3-bet to like 12, probably like 14. Oh, 50, it's a little small, I think, with the people behind. He's got to fold. And you can make the call.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think we should? Do you think queen 10 suited is a call to the 3-bet out of position?
Well, out of position, it's a little rough. I think you could mix. I think you have some calls though.
I think it's a
Oh,
fold. This is probably a little on the spewy side.
let me
I think
look.
I think it's a fold. I don't
Let
think
me
it's
see.
ever a call though.
By the way, Mike, on the last hand on the river, so the calling threshold for less than 80% pot there is 2 pair plus, and above 80 percentage. 3 of a kind or better, set or better.
Oh, okay. So we're folding top pair.
Yep.
I think specifically the button, you're able to call more. Yeah, you have the ace sliver of calls with queen 10 suited.
Okay.
So you go 4-bet. That's not there, but I have a feeling this guy, I mean, I wouldn't try to get fancy. If it was me, I'm gonna, you should have a strong ass 4-betting range here. So he should be able to just say, all right, I'm gonna try and get the money in. And what does he got behind? He only called?
You called.
All right, that's interesting.
And just for, I guess, informational purposes, why would I have 4-bet here? This particular villain, I am just going off of, I think he can 3-bet. I ISO'd, I ISO'd. And I think I've talked about this before. There's pretty wide 3-betting of ISOs. And this villain has numbers that would dictate he's capable, he's able to do it. And that's probably why I 4-bet as opposed to doing something else. But we get to see a flop.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So unfortunately, you wouldn't play this in any way. So like you wouldn't have just called here. So you're kind of in a mode where you're not sure. Like you wouldn't be here, is what I'm.
No, I mean, I could have got here from you by of just calling because I mean, I think maybe I call too wide with some suited, somewhat Broadway type of stuff. So I could have been in your position. I would never be in the villain's position though, because I would have. I mean, generally you should be 4-betting me with mostly strong hands and a few bluffs, and you'd want to try and get that money in now on pre-flop. I mean, you don't have to, but I would want to. But
We never.
so you could bet. Yeah, I was gonna say is I'd bet small here in your position. I like the call from him. There's not a ton to be worried about. Here you should definitely just be checking, and he should be betting. Did he go all in?
You
Yeah.
jammed.
And that is a pretty straightforward fold, I think. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Some more spew. Dean.
Ace 2 is not an open but I would like to. It's suited. Fold, open. Hero. Are you going to 3-bet or are you going to just flat?
Well, this exercise is what would you do? What should we do? What are the options?
3-bet or flat?
I'm with you.
I would 3-bet it. And then we're gonna get hammered when we do.
Anything about this villain that changes anything, or these villains that change anything?
No, he seems pretty just solid, right? I don't know. Oh, he limps a lot though, so maybe his raise range is pretty solid, and I would maybe just flat this. If he's limping like more trash, then he has less trash in his, or not trash, but playable hands in his limp range, and he has more good stuff in his rate open. Four bet, ace king suited. No, he fold.
Do you think? Do you think we can call here? Or is it too far? Are we too far down?
Oh no,
Suited ace?
I don't like ace jack to a 4-bet, but
Yeah, I think I
suited
call. I think I
though. I
read.
mean, I understand, suited. It's just so hard to pull suited, but
I
and we're in
think I
position, so
think I remember this hand.
we get stacked when the ace hits.
In fact, I think I may have a note on this hand that made me do some of the things that I did here. Let's see. Yeah. So I had recently 3-bet, pretty active. My gut tells me he was frustrated. So I don't know if that should influence anything, but I did at the time. Like he goes really big.
You just fold. I mean, you have a backdoor
Yeah.
raise. What are you gonna do?
Pure fold, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Check jam. Yep. Fold nice.
So yeah,
Flip it
again,
back.
certainly off the rails, but does any of that help, justify this, or is it's still just pretty spewy?
No, yeah, if you thought he was getting kind of tilted at you, I mean, guess you can call. What? Oh, he's jacked to the 4-bet.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel like if you're
Oh,
gonna make
this
that
is a
play, you
3-bet.
raise.
it's
And
who?
then we get 4-bet. We have go back.
I want to make sure I got the position right. Hijack, right?
Yeah.
Back to hijack. Ace King should 3-bet. We know that. He goes 20. So the
Even bigger.
stack to pot ratio is going to be off.
Oh, pure call.
Let's see if 3x changes anything. Rake is different. Button, a little bit more raising. Hijack, 3-bet to 25. That's what he did.
Hmm.
Now ace jack, yeah, still
Oh,
calling.
still, even ace 10. Any Broadway ace, okay.
Get back to post flop. Button raise, he 3-bets, we call. This is probably where it's really not good. Queen deuce 4. Queen deuce diamonds, 4 of hearts. Come on, get in there. Queen deuce a diamond, 4 of hearts. He went big, B75 even. I doubt ace jack with the back doors in there. It's slivers. It's slivers, Dean.
Slivers all in.
That's probably just noise, right?
Oh yeah, that's funny. The hearts call. That's 1.4% of the time. You just rolled nice.
So confirmed spew. Now, can we make any justifications differently? I mean, this is solver.
Yeah, let's see his range again. Just look at his
Get to say against a
frustrated
human.
range.
This kind of shows why Hungry Horse's theory works so well.
We'll add ace 9 into his range and say, hey, he was frustrated. His the queen 10. I don't know. Even if he was mad and he had like queen 10 that he shouldn't, he just flopped a top pair.
Yeah, the flop size is kind of it's big, and I was like,
That is big too.
should it be big? That's why I'm just kind of like, I didn't believe him. I don't know. I'm trying to justify my own play when it shouldn't be
Right.
justified.
I actually love your play because this goes into what Hungry Horse talks about is how people overstab in 3-bet pots, and then the truth serum comes out on the turn in the river. And when he checks to you on the turn, he's like never all that strong, and you can jam people off.
But the other problem is he bets so big on the flop, like we're just like dumping 50 big blinds, and if he doesn't give up on the turn, the true serum doesn't, the true serum shows that he does have something. We're folding
True.
and just dumping 50 big blinds just to check to see if he's telling the truth or not.
That's completely true as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it does say that you're mostly calling ace jack from the button pre-flop anyways, so it did get a little wild here.
Yeah,
Unnecessarily.
Just a wild line, yeah.
Could have been
Dude,
avoided, but
To the smaller size, 50%, does ace jack with the back door come in more? No, it actually, there's
It
no more
folds.
slivers.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is strange.
I don't,
All right.
maybe just a different, what he bets differently in his range on solvers, why. It's just for the 50% versus the size he used.
Skate.
Yes. So, okay. Ace jack. Actually, well, yeah, I'm assuming an online ace jack off could open there. Right.
You got a limper.
Oh, limper. Okay. Yeah, limper and EP could be a good hand, but either way, I'm still gonna want to ISO this hand. It's good enough to
Yep.
ISO. Yeah, let's go. Let's go like let's go 5.
Okay, good. I go 4. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I was ace jack. Okay. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Okay. So they limp behind. What about 6s? What are you doing with 6s here?
6s, I think if I had 6s, it's good enough to limp behind. It's not strong enough to ISO, but it's good enough to limp behind.
Why did I mark this? Does hero have oh, this is probably something weird happens. And I marked it to like try to see what the hell is going on.
Okay.
spin.
I'm assuming Jack 10 is probably gonna ISO here. A small, wow.
Yeah, so let's say you have Jack 10 on the button. What are you doing? You're ISOing?
I'm thinking about it. Like thinking about it in the sense that can it get through? Can it get through? You know, if I go big enough, it'll get through the larger stacks. But I'm thinking about this EP guy. Like he's kind of short stack. Is he going to be fishy? Is he not going to be fishy? If I'm thinking he is going to be fishy, then I probably won't do it. I'll just limp behind.
I like ISOing this. If I was here, I would make this. I would make it 6, 7. I would make it 7 almost.
That's why you marked that. You were like, which size should I make it here? Yeah,
No,
I think it's good.
I doubt that's why I marked it, but
Okay.
I think something weird happens. But he ISOs to his min raise.
Yeah.
You could have. Okay, you're here with Queen 10. What are you doing?
I'm calling all day. Wow. They ISO.
They re-ISO.
Ooh.
So we know 10 jack should fold. What about ace jack?
So you know, I wouldn't count it as a reaction because the two BBs is I view it as a limp, but whatever, same shit. Oh, it's ace jack. Well, it's like it looks like they're trying to pull a move, right? But in paper, but
Yeah, I mean they shouldn't be here, and they should fold. They do. How about 6s?
yeah,
6s could be. I could be here with 6s. I think maybe you could be here with 6s.
Would you jam 6s here?
Me? I'll tell you what I would do
What?
after you tell me what you would do.
What I would do is view the stats of Queen 10 and see how aggressive he is. Like his 3, but not many hands, right? 6 hands. You have no information, but all right. I don't know, man. Like I could see, like maybe I'm influenced by the hand, but it.
Let me tell you, it should just be a fold.
It's folding.
Yeah, I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to rejam 6s.
Yeah, well,
You still have this guy.
yeah, you don't know if it's a good hand or bad hand, right? Like, let's assume it's like a good hand, right? Aces, kings, queens. So yeah, fold. You're there with Jack 10.
Yeah, neither of us would be here with this min raise.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the implied ups to call, but if you were deeper stacked, you would.
Exactly. You don't have the implied odds to call, so this should be,
Yeah.
I think. Does anybody else
Yeah.
disagree with the sixes? Is anybody doing anything different with sixes?
I think if you get a call from 42, you can possibly consider calling with your sixes. But I don't think you should.
Yeah, good. That's a good point, Brian, because you're super deep against them, right?
Yeah. And you can, I mean, your implied odds are through the roof there. But now you have to fold, especially, and even then, I'm not thrilled considering like I don't know what you see, but I've seen a decent amount of these like super weak opens to two big blinds because people think that they want a bunch of calls with aces or kings or something, and they hate when they get aces and raise, and then people fold out. And you could expect to be, you don't have to always, you can expect that you might be getting four bet there pretty commonly, pretty often.
Oh, here's my note. This is why I wanted to see it, because I thought maybe somebody was going to be doing a back raise Betty and button spoiled the party. Low jack, I was thinking low jack might have been potentially back raise betting.
That's what I was expecting whenever you said this hand was marked. I was expecting low jack to back raise.
Yep. I think that's probably what's going to happen. He has the numbers so far and only six hands, but it's the kind of player class that we see. I think that's what was going to happen. I think if it had gone, if he ISOs here and everyone just calls, he's going to back raise. That's why I wanted to see it.
Mhm.
But this Jack 10 skate, you said to call or to fold?
No, fold. We're not getting the implied odds.
Yeah, good. I think that's correct. We'll just snap.
If he didn't raise so large, you can call there with jack 10. Am I wrong?
No, I think so. I think if he
Yeah,
goes,
if he goes to like 10, you can 10, 9 or 10. I think you can call there.
yeah, I don't think it would be too bad to call. What's the formula for suited connectors? Is it something like 15 to 1, or is that the 20 to 1, which we don't have?
What is
So
fuck,
so
man.
so it goes from pocket pairs,
10 to 1?
suited
I think?
pocket pairs, suited connectors, and suited aces, right? I have it here somewhere.
Yeah, I need to get back on that and start studying that more.
So it was the formula was it was initially 15, 25, and then like 30, 35 or 30, and then he bumped it up to like starting at 20. Let me look it up.
I think either way, using that formula that we hear a lot about, it should be a fold if you're using that formula. Like if he makes it, what do we say, 10? If he makes it 10, you've got to call 8, and you still don't have those implied odds. So I think it would take a read, some sort of deviation from that, where if you think this guy's just really out of line.
I'm also looking at his stats. I mean, I wouldn't take that line considering how tight he's been with three bets at least.
Yeah. So we'll just see what happens here. He goes check, he bets, he folds.
Ugh. Interesting.
Larry.
Scotty / Larry is going.
Gotti, Larry. All right, Brian, you take this one.
Okay. Fold, 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 fold.
You got some
Oh
limpers.
God.
Oops.
This guy shouldn't be raising, but he should be. I mean, I guess he could have limped with the limps in front. But he ISOs aces is obviously going to be raised probably to. I would raise to 16, probably like almost 20, probably more like 18 though.
Yep, good.
16, a little small, but nothing wrong with that. You fuck, I would fold ace
Yeah,
10
that's
for sure.
fold.
Can't cold call it and you can't four bet it. Fold. Everyone else should fold except the threes could potentially. I mean, I like to set mine, so
Yeah.
but he only has 84 behind, so I feel like you could mix here, even though this is a really unconventional spot that I wouldn't be in. I would call, considering I already put in fucking as much as I did with pocket threes to ISO. I mean, and he didn't raise large enough to push me out, I would call.
Yeah,
But-
I think that'd be close to. I would fold myself. But
I
yeah,
think
I
I
think
would
you
fold.
can make an argument for calling, but I would
So there's a
fold.
rule here, Brian, which is the 13x rule.
There we go. Finally, Larry is back and he can tell us what the rule is.
The
I'm
rule
serious.
is
We
essentially you
didn't
need to
know. We were
win
trying to figure it out.
13 times what you're putting in
And you
when
can only
you
win.
are looking for implied odds hands. So this hand you can win about 8x.
8.
Yeah, so you just don't get there.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, all right. That was what we were trying to remember. So, and is that specifically to pocket pairs or is that to suited connectors and suited aces?
I think it's supposed to be greater. It's a larger number for suited connectors.
Because you're gonna
But-
get there less often.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then,
Alright.
yeah, and some situations you can be flush to a flush, but you can set or a set too, but it happens less often.
Okay. Can I have a more fun one?
This was another one where I think back raise Betty was spoiled by the 4-bet.
Where do
I
you think the
think-
back range better was queen 8?
Yep, I do. He had already done it at this table. I've already identified him as a back raise Betty, and the fact that he limped behind here again. Here's the action. He goes limp from an early position. He limps behind with queen 8, and look at these numbers. These numbers don't say I'm a player that limps behind.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, and he had already back raised Betty, like already once at this table. So I think that's why I marked it, because I wanted to, at the time, I wanted, okay, what's he doing this with? What's he,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
get
so
when
do
it
you
goes
mark
post.
hands and then when you download them, they overwrite the existing hands
yes.
and
that's correct.
they're still marked, but now they're faced up?
But what?
They're still marked hands, but they're now face up because you downloaded the face up hand history?
Yeah, no, it takes all the notes away. It takes all the
Okay.
marks away. I go back and I'll like kind of do a quick review, like
I
we did
got
the
it.
other day, and I mark them if I have any questions.
Got it.
So all the marks and notes go away when you re-download,
Okay.
which is unfortunate. I wish it didn't. That was Brian, right?
Can I do one that goes post flop or we need to move on? It's no big deal.
Oh yeah, no, take one post flop. Do this one.
Okay. So fold. Open to 3. Fold. Oh Jesus. Open to 5.
Oh
What
right.
the fuck is going on? Fold. In the small blind, I mean, you could. I think you could open this one to like 6 here if you wanted. I don't know. It's a little tight. I feel like you probably could you open this from the cutoff? I don't think you're supposed to open this from the cutoff.
I think you could.
I think you could. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd open it.
I would too. I would ISO this. This is one hand, and I would ISO really big. But
I would go to, yeah, I guess you're gonna be out of position, so bump it up one more. I'd say probably 7, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, probably like to 7. I would think. What the fuck? All right, well, King 10, I'm gonna ISO now. I do like 8, 7 or 8, or too small. Now I'm assuming Ace King is going to raise to, should go to like, oh gosh, 16. They should go to probably 35,
So
40.
this is an interesting spot, actually. Let's look at the stacks here. The ace king has a stack of 45 remaining. I think it's perfectly fine to do this. But I kind of wonder if we want to A, make it smaller, or B, flat. Because he does not have a full stack. I really want to go after the full stacks. And also you're playing in position.
True. I
can
still hate
Trap
being
flat here. Is that
I would
ridiculous?
hate to
Four
be
ways.
four ways. Yeah, I would hate to be four
Yeah,
ways.
maybe we just need to go. I would make this smaller though. I would go to 30 because
See,
I want to try to keep one of these other guys in because this stack is um a broken stack to start with. We don't have access to a full stack here.
I think that you're not wrong here because I think you're gonna get three ways most of the time
Yeah.
with the small blind folding and the big blind possibly calling. In this situation, they should both fold. So you would
I
end up
don't know if
getting
it's the
heads
best
up.
play, but
I mean, I try not to get fancy with
I'm not
aces
sure.
though, or
I think that's
kings or
fine. You really do want to take it heads up. You're right.
Mhm.
yeah. So I mean, get it up there. He jams, you call. Well, we're not going post flop this time.
No post flop. I do want to
That's
bring
fine.
up something that Skate says, because I agree with Skate. But you also can't be faulted for wanting to ISO King 10 here. I think this one I would probably just take a flop with, not because of I see the cards, but because it's offsuit. It's the bottom sort of that range. But you certainly can't be faulted for taking the aggressive line either, I think. But I just wanted to point that out because Skate said that as well, and I kind of agree with him.
That's true. Just in this situation, it's gonna be. I don't know. I like to put a little bit more out. I feel like it better defines people's play.
Hmm.
You know, like when you start, when you're limping, there's just the ranges are so fucking wide, especially against guys that are limping ace king and aces, which in my live games tends to be pretty common now. Is they're limp calling. They don't even limp three raise. They limp and call with pocket kings and pocket aces and ace king,
Yeah.
and they will fold out their really shitty stuff though. So you kind of at least eliminate part of the range when you do raise, when you do try to isolate.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that you're making a valid point too, is that your hand's not all that great either. So you could really just take a flop, which you would have drilled three of a kind on and stacked the aces with if you just limped.
So we're trying to get to the post flop. I'm wondering if we have like some big run of like back raised betties or something because they're
Oh, it's
not.
no big deal. We don't have to.
Curious
You know,
why I marked these. I might have a note even. Yeah, it's potential back raise Betty coming here. But anyway, go ahead and take this one.
all right, well, fold, fold, limp, just
Good. I would
fold,
fold. Good job.
fold, ISO to 6. Jesus Christ. Fold. Jeez. What the fuck are these games you're playing in? Raised to probably like 9 to 20. Might as well. Fold sixes. Fold. You should four better fold here. And uh what are the stats on Pocket Kings? Three bets a lot. So I'd four bet.
Yeah, he's a good candidate to if you're gonna four bet this hand, this is the guy that you do it against.
Yeah, I'd four bet here. And I wonder what ace queen, what he actually does though.
You do
I
have
mean,
this.
honestly though, 9-4, I mean, I can see that guy's hand, see he has dog shit, but I should be somewhat concerned about having him in between. So I would say that's pretty valid to just fold there. Yeah, that guy should fold. And then boom.
And my note said that I think could have possibly been a back raise Betty, but it's rare that he does it from late position, so I don't know.
Yeah. It would be weird to do that from the button because I mean, obviously you just don't have the chance to make your play. Somebody else can go if they want, or we can be done. We don't have to go post flop. It's okay.
Um, Larry, why don't you, since you were missing the last one that you were here for, you take this one.
Sure. This is actually too early to open fives. Fives is a close here. It's a fold, full ring. All right, nines are in an awkward spot, but you've got to ISO here. So I would go 5. I would not overcall this. I think this is too good to overcall. Okay, so you invite in the jack 9. Whatevs. Queen jack. I don't know what I'd do with queen jack. I think I would probably stick in the half a big. And 8-7. Okay, so we get someone who's, I like it, I like it. This is pretty gangster.
You wouldn't normally raise
Um,
ISO
I
queen
have,
jack from there?
I've got some poker PTSD when it comes to queen jack off.
Oh, I hate the hand too, don't get me wrong. It's just that I think you're supposed to ISO it. I could be wrong though.
Well, we don't know, right? Because there's no one's published ISO ranges.
I was
But
just going, Scotty always told me that if there's a certain amount of limpers, you move back that many spots, and whether you'd open the hand from there, you can ISO it then.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good. It's a good play, but I think you need to go bigger. I think 5 is your baseline here, and I'd go to 8 or 9 with this hand. Because it's 5 is my baseline, which is bigger than most people, and then plus 1 for each limper. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd go to 8 or 9 here. So 8-7 suited is in a very interesting spot. I probably am going to call 8-7 suited, although it is speculative. Now that's a very interesting play. I like it. Can we look at the HUDs for big blind? Yeah, he's a good player. This is quite speculative. 5s is a fold. 9s here. I think we go with the 13x rule. Got to put in 15. We don't have 13x 15. We fold. It's probably gonna call though. He folds, and this is gonna work. Queen jack is a clear fold.
Yeah, this is interesting. These group of hands that we've just seen, they're all potential back raise betties, and I think this was that same player because it's the same position, same at the same table. I think he was going for a back raise betty, and
Yeah.
he's been getting spoiled. Like there's been a couple where it's being spoiled, and this is getting like maybe a rabbit hole. We're seeing all these. I mean, we've noticed. Have you noticed these ISOs with crap hands? I mean, this one's not so crap, but the last couple have been like, what the fuck? 9-4 suited, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I'm starting to see this pattern. Back raise Betty folds to any 3-bet.
Aggression.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of thinking, can I use it to my advantage in some way with these crazy ISOs? And I'm also like thinking, why is it happening? Is it collusion? Are there players at this table that are, ISOing super wide so that somebody can then 3-bet and just get tons of folds? I don't know. It's just in the back of my mind.
Well, I think it's something you should be thinking about, and you're in a unique spot to be able to examine it because you've got all cards face up.
Yeah.
So do you identify as back raised betties as good players, bad players, like regulars?
They seem to be pretty good. They seem to be very successful.
So it's just a play that they implement. Didn't you guys look into it to figure out that it didn't end up being profitable to make that play?
No, I've never looked into what their like win rate on it is or whatever. I do know that my win rate versus these players is good. So I've at least been kind of looking at that. I don't know how they're doing because we don't see all the other tables they're playing, whatever. But the player itself is often a good player. Like they're aggressive. Um, Fortunately, it's easy to identify them because they're doing this. They're limping behind, and they're a player that, if they're a typical good player, they'll never limp behind without a certain kind of range. So it's easy to identify when the play is coming.
Yeah.
And I'd say I'm 90% accurate. Like when I see it, and this like in this, I'm thinking this table right here is going to be the same thing. And he's in late position, which doesn't normally. It's rare. I've only seen it like maybe in these last couple weeks. I don't know if this particular hand is gonna make it happen. Limp, limp. There it is. ISO with a shit hand. ISO with a shit hand, and it's a small ISO. Get a call. Here comes back raise Betty. Oh, he didn't back raise it.
So the back raise is a re-limp and then re-ISO.
Yes, it's an over limp and then a re-raise.
Over limp. Over
Oh,
ISO.
I marked this one. This table was super weird as collusion. So
What are the stakes you're playing?
oh here yeah, so here's what happens. Here's what happens. Now we get that. Like what the fuck?
And they don't normally do it with absolute bullshit, right?
No.
It's normally at least marginal or decent hand to super strong, right?
Yes.
That's well, this guy just might be poor. Is he? What do his stats look like? 27 hands, so not a ton. Limp fold. Yeah, he's kind of a fish, so he might just be. He looks like a fish, right?
Yeah, I mean 27 hands, 33-7. Certainly not somebody I would be considering a good player.
Yeah, so that's. I don't think that's a back raise, Betty. That's just a.
Yeah, I think it's more likely to be like some kind of collusion. Like these two players are somehow in cahoots
Well, what are
communicating.
the stakes?
The good observation there.
It's 100 NL.
Yeah, I guess it's not out of the question when you're playing 100 and now.
What
I
100
mean-
and now, yeah, it starts to become worth it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say if it was like when I was playing with $5, $10, or whatever the hell it was, then I mean that just doesn't make sense because
So
What are
As they
really
say, when you
getting?
get to 100 and now, the juice starts to become worth the squeeze.
right.
I recommend Mike you play live. I'm loving it. They suck. It's
I wish I
great.
could. I
Like-
wish I could.
Yeah, like I would remember these people's screen names and you know, if you play regularly.
No
just
screen
like-
names.
No screen. Oh,
Yeah, that's the problem.
yeah.
But yeah, that's. I guess yeah. I mean, because what I mean, I guess you would do that because what up at 200, you're playing against some real. I mean, even at 100, those people are good.
No, it's a mix.
Most, I'm sure there's a lot of good players. Is what I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players, and then you get the, not even occasional. It's not uncommon to get the really fishy players. If you play like this fast fold on this site, it's a lot. There's fewer fishy players when you play fast fold. So these are full ring regular tables, and so it's the reason I play them because of the fishy players.
Yeah. Are you so? Off topic. You don't have a room close to you or a casino close to you to play live?
Nope.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I just started and I'm like, fuck, man. Like I was playing online. 5NL, I think, was more difficult than the live games I'm playing. Like
Mike?
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, like especially with all this like new technology. Technology is like advancing every day faster, like and you don't know what's gonna happen with this online stuff. Like, I'm still gonna play online. I'm not scared. It's just that, things are changing very rapidly. Like Mike, maybe you should like maybe plan on moving closer to a casino maybe in the near future.
No.
No?
No, I have a regular career.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm not gonna lift up the family just so I can play 2-5 somewhere.
Poker,
That's
man,
fair.
poker.
Yeah. I don't got a family, so I don't got to worry about that.
Same here.
All right. I think I got past all those back raise Betty collusion / weird shit stuff. If we want to keep going, looks like I have an actual hand.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right.
Who wants to do it?
I don't
You
remember where we were. I think Larry was up, and then Brian was looking for post flop. Dean would be up next.
I don't think he's in anymore. It's only me, Skate, Larry, and you.
Oh, okay. Skate, you'd be up.
All right. It's my hand. King 7 early. This guy's really short stack. Wow. King 7 that early? Is it in there? I think Scotty said it was kind of in there, right? We're in the cutoff. Yeah, I don't see why not, but
Okay, it's in there at about 50% frequency if you have a full stack. I don't know about raising this hand with 17 big blinds. I don't know how that would shape up. It would be a min raise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it. I mean, first of all, obviously I wouldn't be here with, but yeah, definitely no.
But
All right, you get a limp from the little short stack.
Okay.
Mhm. They limp. I'm just going to go through these hands because you should be folding these. And
Yep.
until you get to here, what are you doing with Queen Jack?
Queen Jack off. Fold. Not good enough to ISO. You need a either a relimping hand or a overlimp or a ISO hand.
I'm with you. I think Queen Jack is like, and it's because of this. It's because of this right here. If both of these players have a full stack, I think I would be ISOing. But because of this player here, I don't know if I would ISO. I think I'm with you. I think I would fold.
Oh, so you would think about ISOing. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right, because it's not full ring. This is like yeah, it's not full ring, so it's not like that early EPs. So yeah, so that's pretty. So you would think about ISOing here if he was full stack?
Oh
With
yeah, with Queen Jack, absolutely.
oh, okay. And the cutoff.
I wouldn't limp. So it would either be fold or call. I mean, it would either be fold or raise.
Yeah, my first thought was fold. I didn't think about raising, but okay. Queen Jack. Right, it's a Broadway offsuit. If you're doing it
And
with a yeah, I just don't have those combos in my mind of the offsuit.
and Brian brought it up. We kind of, we've talked about this. I know what's our ISOing range. Take your position, which right now here is cutoff,
Yep.
um, and drop it back 2 positions to low jack. Is Queen Jack off in your raising range? And
Uh,
if it is, you can ISO.
if it okay.
no, it
Okay.
wouldn't be by the charts. If you move it back to low jack, Queen Jack is not within the range.
Yeah,
No,
it would be pretty cuspy.
it's like probably cut off around there.
No, hijack for sure.
Yeah, hijack for sure, but low jack no.
Yeah,
Maybe there's a
hijack.
little bit of it of raises, but I don't think so.
And then you can also now expand your range if you think you're going to get if you're going to be playing heads up against the fish. So you could if charts say fold Queen Jack from the low jack, but you have the fishy players, you might be able to expand and ISO a hand like Queen Jack and get heads up with a fishier player.
Okay, and you're just thinking about okay, like you're trying to ISO to take it down post pre-flop, and if they call, then you're gonna try to outmaneuver them post-flop.
Yeah, exactly. Play some post flop poker.
Okay.
All right, 8-6.
All
What
right,
would you do with
8-6.
8-6?
F.
Ace Queen, what would you do?
Ooh, Ace Queen. Should be good enough to ISO
It should. And what size?
after all these, right? Like, okay, let's go some like some like 8 or 9, 7.
What's good about 7 versus 9? There's something very specific about the ISO size here.
7 versus 9.
Or even 8.
7 versus 9.
Do you see it? It has to do with this.
Yeah, so 7 is okay. Yeah, 7 versus 9. Uh, see if I could get it with so it has to do with the um the initial limpers stack size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 7 is less than 50%, and then 9 would be more than 50%. No,
Well,
so 8 would be
why does that matter?
so 8 would be a little bit almost 50%, just slightly under. Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
I'll tell you.
Oh, because it's because of the jamming range. They're jamming.
Yeah, not so much their range, although that's part of it, but it has to do with their ability to reopen the action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just said it wrong.
Okay.
Not range, but yeah, it's
Now,
to
if we
jam.
make it 9, that's an 8 big blind raise. And then if he jams, I'm pretty sure that that does not open the action if it gets back around to us. Whereas if you make it 8,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a 7 big blind raise. And then he jams. I think that allows us to reopen.
Oh yeah. Because you're just trying to get a heads up. You're not trying to get all these players in
Exactly. Yeah.
post flop. Oh yeah, that's a good thought. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, what's the so it has to be so the in order for you to for there to be more action, if no more action, if he jams, then it would depend whether the size is more than 50% or less than 50%, right? Of his stack size.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So like Brian says, his jam has to be more than 2 times your raise.
Unfortunately, I just learned that last night when I had
If-
pocket aces.
Really?
Oh,
So
really? Did you
Somebody,
size your raise too hot too much and you couldn't reopen?
well, a guy jammed. I was the original pre-flop aggressor. A guy jammed on top, and the other guy called, and then I was counting out chips to re-raise, and they're like, "You can't re-raise, you can't re-raise." And I was like, "Why the fuck can't I re-raise?" And they were like, he didn't jam for more than two and a
yeah.
half the original open."
Yeah.
That's why it's good to notice. So like, so what's the rule on that? So it has to be 2x or more than 2x?
They have to raise at least 2 times your raise.
At least 2 times.
So
For
skate. So here's the action.
Yep.
Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, we raised the size that if he re-raises, we could reopen, but he folds, so that point is moot. But now we get this.
Okay, that's weird. So we're seeing, so it's kind of similar to what happened in the last hand where you had the ace jack suited, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here they're a
Kind
little
of.
bit earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a classic back raise Betty.
Back raise Betty.
What should we do with ace queen?
Either call or jam, right? But
Yeah,
what's the
I would
answer,
say, I think so. I've been choosing this route more often than not.
right?
And of course we could fold, but look at what they're doing it with.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
What the hell?
9-10 offsuit.
Hmm. So I thought they normally did it with like generally decent hands. So this might be like not a typical back raise Betty. Someone that's just more of a fish that's doing it.
No, this is they'll wind up with hands like this. So yeah, you asked that question earlier, and I've talked about this a few times. Their range has evolved. When I was at 50 NL, it was just almost always trash. Like
Mhm.
like just really bad hands. Never ever was it top of range. It was never aces, kings, ace, king. I think the best hand I ever saw that called my jam like this was like pocket nines. And then moved up to 100 NL, and back raise Betty was still there. Whether they moved up or it's just like we talked about, a stable of players that use this play in their arsenal of whatever. It kind of evolved. It no longer really had any more of the really shit hands, but it would have things like ace six off and king queen suited and some suited connector type stuff. But mostly it seemed like it was ace X, king X hands, and I could see that being they're using it because they have blockers to ace king and ace queen and aces and kings. So that kind of evolved. Like I stopped seeing a bunch of just trash. And then recently, like within the last month or two, I've seen some premiums being sprinkled in. I've seen aces, I've seen kings, and I've seen ace king. It's not that common, obviously, because of card distribution. They don't get it as much as the other hands, but now I'm seeing it. So whether or not it's any evolution, like they're evolving and they're starting to use those hands as well, I don't know. Or if they've always been in there and I just never ran into it, who knows?
Do you think they ever make an adjustment? Does it seem like they make an adjustment based off of the position of the ISO? Like if
Yes.
you're ISOing from late position, they are more likely to back raise versus an early position ISO.
I haven't noticed that sort of adjustment. I haven't noticed that they don't back raise because the ISO comes from a certain position. I haven't seen that. They seem to always do it. When I predict that they're going to do it, they seem to always do it.
Yeah.
But what I have seen, I've noticed that they tend to adjust if there's like a really whaley player at the table. Now they'll limp behind, but then instead of back raising, they call and start playing post flop instead of using this re-raise strategy. And it's only been at tables where there's been a really just whaley fish, super spewy player. I noticed that they stopped back raising and started just limping and playing a lot of pots in position against this player.
Hey, guys, I gotta go. I made you host, and I will talk to you guys on Friday.
This is a good time to stop.
Yep. See you
Okay.
later.
All
See
right,
you
we'll
guys.
talk to you guys on Friday.
Okay, thanks.
All
Have a
right,
good one,
bye-bye.
guys.
All right, see you guys later.